The following is a product of Grayson Publishing.
Last Friday night, the Howe Bulldogs made a statement that they are to be taken seriously in District 5-3A as they dismantled Bonham 66-27. Tonight, rain steps into the dog pound where the Bulldogs try to get revenge from last year's 41-7 loss in Rains. A win tonight, and Howe is in full control of their own playoff destiny. It's football time in Texas, live from the dog pound.
Warning, the following high school football game is not for the faint of heart.
Kissing goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Please take all necessary precautions.
Kiss him goodbye. To the 3, to the 2. He's in. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Howe Bulldogs football is on HoweEnterprise.com and is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, TechWave, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, the Old Man at the Coffee Shop, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
He hands off on the reverse to Louder from the left to the right. A seam. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Now get ready because it's football time in Texas on HoweEnterprise.com. Here's the voice of Howe Bulldogs football, Monty Walker.
Friday, 10-4 is the date. And it ought to be a good one here in Howe, Texas tonight. We have two track teams basically going to hit the field at Bulldog Stadium here. If you're looking at last week's game, Howe 66 points and a ton of yards and a lot of yards passing, a lot of yards rushing. Rains comes in here tonight. They have a lot of yards rushing and mainly rushing and a little bit passing. Almost beat Van Alstyne a week ago. Two teams with really good offenses. Usually those games come down to the defense, Justin White.
Yeah, and hopefully the defenses show up here. As you said, both of them score a lot of points, especially Howe. I don't think anybody, we joked earlier, I don't know if anybody in the district or state even expected 66 points from the offense from the Bulldogs. So hopefully the defense is going to need to show up here tonight.
Yeah, the freshman quarterback Austin Haley is gathering some impressive numbers early in his high school career. Had 301 yards passing a week ago. Ranks third all-time in school history behind Chase Fountain, who had 343. And Jay Skipworth had 302. Fountains was in 2010. Skipworth in 1989. I had 70 yards or so of those yards back from Skipworth that night. Three starts under his belt for Haley. He's amassed 664 yards passing and 9 touchdowns. He currently sits 17th all-time in yardage with 420 yards to move into the top 10. He needs 420 to move into the top 10. He's a freshman.
Right, really?
He's got 3 starts, and we're already talking about moving into the top 10 all-time in passing. It's just unreal. He's touchdowns. He's got 9 career touchdowns. That ranks him 10th all-time. His next touchdown will tie him with Brian Freeze, who was my quarterback when I was a senior. But get this. Freeze had 553 career attempts compared to Haley's 62.
Change of the times.
And Haley will catch him with his next touchdown. 62 attempts to 553 career attempts. Skipworth is the all-time leader with 39 touchdowns, followed by Chase Fountain's 36 and Rick Haning's 24. Jack Gaddis back in the 40s had 20 touchdowns, so impressive numbers. Jalen Thornton's 216 yards rushing a week ago at Bonham is good for 15th all-time on the single rushing chart. Jaden Matthews is who he tied. He had 216 at Caddo Mills back in 2016. We covered that game. Howe's single game high for rushing, I believe that's the same game Mason Riggs ran for 88 yards. Howe's single game high for rushing is held by Garrett Griffin's 310 yards against Whitewright in 2012. Our own Blizzard, Blake Burnett, said Too bad Jalen doesn't get to play against Tom Bean and Whitewright.
You know, I think the most impressive thing last week about Haley with those 3 touchdowns, he threw it to 3 different receivers, so he's not just zeroed in on one person. He's spreading the wealth around.
So Howe versus Raines. This is a rematch from last year's 41-17 thumping over at their place, an hour and a half away. The Wildcats used their 130-plus student enrollment advantage over Howe to wear out the Bulldogs 41-7. Both teams needed big wins to hang into the playoff picture, and Raines had an outstanding game plan of keeping their ball in the hands of the sophomore quarterback Luke Shepard. He returns tonight. Last year, 99 yards on 17 carries. They run that read option, and one of them was a 53-yard score late in the second quarter to deflate Howe's momentum. Shepard also completed 3 out of 8 passes a year ago for 26 yards. His read option partner last year was Devin Jacks, who ran for 72 yards on 18 carries. Devin Jacks still on the team, still here, still plays, still in the ballpark. But this year it's Mason Songer who is the leading rusher and ball carrier for the Raines Wildcats. And he comes in with 112 carries, 667 yards. A little trivia. A teammate of mine, classmate of mine, Domingo Rivera, grew up with, playing football with, played on this state and on this turf with a long time. His son plays for Raines, and he will be a wideout. Colt Rivera will be split out wide for Raines tonight. A little odd playing on Daddy's home field here in Howe. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll let you listen to the Senior Spotlight and the Coaches Show. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnor Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnor Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnor Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnor Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnorBBQ.com.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's senior.
All right, this week we're joined with Aiden Norton and Caden Harmon. We'll start with you, Aiden. When did you move here to Howe, and where'd you come from?
I moved here after my 8th grade year in Tom Bean, and I started school in Howe my freshman year. No, I take that back. I moved here after 7th grade school year in Tom Bean, and I started my 8th grade year at Howe Middle School.
Do you like it over here better?
Oh, yes, for sure.
We're playing football your senior year. What made you decide?
All my friends always talked me into it, and I always said no. I played my 8th grade year and my 6th grade year for Tom Bean, and I was never too good at it, but I decided just because it's my senior year for memories, hang out with all my friends. So, yeah.
What's the best part of being a part of this team?
I get to spend time with all my friends, and it's fun going out there and playing with all my friends also.
So your dad was a Bulldog, wore the number 45, caught a 48-yard pass at Whitewright his junior year. Does he ever talk about the old days?
He's never brought that up to me. He brought up that he played football back in the day and talks about his injuries he got. I guess tried to talk me out of playing football, but it didn't change. So,
what does Coach Jay mean to this program?
He means a lot. He's helped with everybody, and if anybody has a problem, he'll help you with it. And then he's just he's helped us do everything, and we're going to be there for him, and he'll be there for us.
I know you're a basketballer. What else are you involved with here at Howe?
I do baseball and track and basketball as well.
Looking forward to basketball?
Yes, I am.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk to Caden Harmon.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
All right, we're joined now with Caden Harmon, running back a year ago. Were you a little upset at the offensive change coming in?
No, I think the offensive change is exactly what we needed because we're kind of like all like skill players now, and we can't really run slot T anymore. We don't have the size that we used to have for it, so I think the new offense has opened up a lot of opportunities. Ankle issue last week. Are you ready to go? I've been icing it and stuff, and I'm hoping I'm ready to go by tomorrow, but we'll just see. I don't know. I might have to sit out. This team is completely different than a year ago. Why? There's nowhere near as much arguing as there was last year, and the leadership is different. We all like each other, so we all get along, and we all hold each other accountable for the stuff we do wrong. Explosion of points last week at Bonham. Is that the new norm? Yes, it is the new norm. We're looking to score at least 40 points a game this season in district. With our new offense being so fast-paced, tempo just really helps. Catches people off guard, and they run out of breath. They get tired. Do you know what an air Sagleski is? I see Sagleski jump in the air all the time after we do something good on defense. Doesn't matter if it's a tackle or a sag, just anything. He goes crazy. I think you'll need to keep a chart in your locker room of how many air Sagleskis you get during a game. What else are you involved with here at Howe High? I'm involved with basketball, but I don't know if I'm going to play basketball this year. And then the track team. Why not basketball? I don't know. I just haven't made my mind up yet. Well, you got that vertical. You can jump out of the gym. Yeah. I mean, I can dunk now. I can dunk. Well, you need to play. All right, that's been your Senior Spotlight with Aiden Norton and Caden Harmon. We'll be right back right after this.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Coaches Show with Bill Jailing. The Coaches Show is brought to you by FBC Howe. Now let's join Monty Walker with Bulldogs head coach Bill Jailing.
Coach, an offensive explosion a week ago at Bonham. Is that the new norm?
Well, we hope it's the new norm. No, the offense played outstanding last Friday night. I think I mentioned to you a week or two ago when it all clicked. I said it was going to be pretty exciting to watch, and it kind of all clicked last Friday night. But the big factor of that was we had everybody healthy for the first time all season, and it kind of just gelled and went from there. And we're hoping that's the norm moving forward. That's definitely our goal and definitely our expectation moving forward.
Well, your freshman quarterback is about to have an all-on assault with the record books. He had 301 passing yards the other night, his third all-time in a single game, and his 56% completion percentage is the most ever by any quarterback who's had more than 3 passes. So are you glad you brought him up as a freshman?
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely very proud of Austin Haley. He's doing an outstanding job. He gives just a different dynamic to our offense that we don't have when he's not there. He's just a really smart kid, able to read his keys and make the right throws almost 90% of the time. And even when he makes a mistake in practice, he's the first one to tell you, yep, that's me, I made the mistake. But no, it was definitely the right move bringing him up. Definitely gives us a different dynamic on our offensive side of the ball.
On the defensive side of the ball, you continue to take the ball away from your opponents. That's got to be something that makes you proud.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big defensive guy, so I'm real happy with the defensive output. I think we've produced in the first 5 games almost 16 turnovers, which is about 3 turnovers a game. We keep emphasizing that in practice, but we still got things to work on. I'm still not happy with our tackling, as you can probably tell, but we're continue to emphasize tackling in practice and stuff. But yeah, I'm out the turnovers. I mean, that's just huge. That gives our offense opportunity to put more points on the board.
Now, this is the time of year where the snapshot, if you will, is taken of enrollment for high schools around Texas. What do you see where Howe is right now? Do you think it's a situation where Howe goes down or stays the same? What do you think?
I think we stay the same. I definitely think with our enrollment right now that we're a 3A Division I moving forward. Unless the UIL really adjusts the numbers that they have, you're always putting yourself at the mercy of the UIL. I mean, I hope they adjust the numbers, but if they go off of the numbers they had last time, we'll probably stay 3A Division I.
Does that mean that the others in the district might move up, or would that you think they might stay the same?
No, I think some teams will move up. I mean, I think VA has a very strong possibility of moving up. I think Raines has a strong possibility of moving up. I think Lone Oak's actually going to move down from what I'm hearing. But with that, that just depends on how they shuffle the district and everything else. We could end up back in the same district we were in 2 years ago with Whitesboro and Pilot Point, but you just never know with the UIL. But I'm pretty confident that we're going to stay 3A Division I, though.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Raines.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
All right, Coach, Raines runs that read option offense. Always tough to defend. How do you defend that?
It's basically assignment football. Kids have to play assignment football on the defensive side, and we've been emphasizing that all week. Don't do other people's jobs on the field. Do your job on the field. Trust your teammate that your teammate's going to do their job. And it really comes down to assignment-based football and tackling on Friday night. That's what it's going to come down to. We're not going to be able to have that swarm to the ball effect as much as we usually have, because with assignment football, one's got the quarterback, one's got the pitch, one's got the RPO pass game. So we're not going to have that swarming effect, but as long as they play assignment football and we tackle, I think we'll be all right.
One thing about your opponents, Raines, they were down 20, or they were up 21-0 early on Van Alstyne a week ago. Van Alstyne came back and beat them. Almost the same situation with White Oak the week before. They were up big. White Oak came back on them. Do you stress that to your team? The second half is going to be really important in this game.
Yeah, I have been stressing to the team the second half is going to be important. But, Emory Raines is a really good football team. I would probably say that they're the second best team we're playing on our schedule so far behind Boyd. But the big thing that I've been really stressing to the kids is we had a great Friday night. We sent a huge statement last week. But I've coached a lot of teams over the years that will come out flat the following week. And I've been really emphasizing the kids do not come out flat. We don't settle. We're still fighting for our playoff spot. We're still fighting for the respect that we feel we deserve in this district. And I said, the biggest thing we can come out Friday night and do is jump on them quick and just keep hitting that gas pedal like we did last Friday night.
Home game, how important is it to have a big, rowdy crowd?
It's huge to have a big crowd at this game. It's not just for the overall experience of a Friday night. It's for these kids. These kids are doing a great job, working hard every day in practice. They've taken care of their business in the classroom. And, I really would like to have a big crowd there just supporting these kids. They're fighting every Friday night. You've seen it. I've seen it that they're fighting. And I just think a huge community support would be big for this senior class. They are dead set on getting in the playoffs, and they're going to do everything they can to get in the playoffs. So I think huge community support would be big on Friday night.
Well, Stephen Waldrop said it 2 weeks ago that we play for our community. So I hope you'll make it out to the game. If not, if you're out of town, you can pick it up on HoweEnterprise.com or inside the stadium at 99.9 FM. But if you're in town, get your butt to the game. Come on. We'll see you there. To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls.
Sounds of Friday night football in Howe at Bulldog Stadium. Yes, we're at home, and it is the Rains Wildcats come in here at 2-3 against the 2-3 Howe Bulldogs. However, the Bulldogs are 1-0 in district. Rains lost a week ago, so if anyone is desperate in this game, it would be Rains.
Yeah, but if Howe could get a win tonight, that would really help their playoff chances moving forward, though. Yes.
10-4, that's the date today, and the Bulldogs are 5-3 on games played on October the 4th. In 1940, the Dogs won at Salina 45-0. In 1963, they lost at Salina 18-13. In 1968, they beat Salina. What is this with Salina on October 4th?
No kidding.
It's Salina Day. Beat Salina 20-19 here at Bulldog Stadium. In 1974, lost to Whitewright 26-9. In 1985, lost at Springtown 20-0. In 1991, set a school record with a 76 points at SNS. Yes, I was a part of that game. 1996, beat Prosper 34-0. And in 2002, Howe won at Bells 14-12. That is your day in Howe Bulldogs history. So the outlook in tonight's game, Justin, I would imagine it's going to come down once again to the defenses, as both offenses are pretty good.
Yeah, but defenses are going to have a stop. The Bulldogs have done a pretty good job here of getting turnovers the last few weeks. Had a pick six there by Hunter Brusso. They forced a couple of fumbles. They've had 6 picks this season, all season long. So the defense, if they can force some turnovers, get the offense some extra possessions, that could really help your chances.
Your officials for tonight's game out of the Dallas chapter, Van Boatwright is the referee. Our friend Paul Wood is the umpire. Head linesman Crystal Cooksey. The line judge is Brady Russell, and the back judge is Todd Cathcart. So our eyes will be on Paul Wood all night, the umpire, our friend who surely he won't make any mistakes tonight as the offensive coordinator Nate Lynch makes his way up to the booth, and we are going to be just about underway here shortly. The Rains Wildcats has, strangely enough, their blow-up tunnel is on this side of the field. That's normally not the way it works, and the Howe Bulldogs with their white bulldog head is blown up, and the players are just about to run through on both sides. We have not had a chance to check down with Sweet Caroline just yet, and I'm not sure exactly where she is.
I'm on the wrong side of the field on the visitors. I've already made my way over here.
We'll talk about us tonight. How's it going down there?
Well, I want y'all to sit down because it is 84 degrees outside. It's a lovely night here at Bulldog Stadium. I do want y'all to look. The play clocks, they are off. Why? Because the north play clock is broken. Because of that, they both have to be turned off. It's an unfair advantage. So we will not have play clock tonight.
Oh, wow.
No play clock tonight. That will be interesting. Caroline, I want you to find out who approved the pink.
The pink.
On the field?
On the field. Okay. Yeah, I will.
They put the pink.
Actually, that's for.
It's for breast.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
Still hadn't put the H in the middle of the field, though.
Yeah, got to do that. Here's Rains. They make their way through their tunnel. They're in white tops tonight, blue numbers, blue pants, and blue helmets. So blue and white. And again, the son of a former Bulldog, Domingo Rivera, will play tonight. And Colt Rivera will be split out for the Rains Wildcats. Good to see a Rivera back on Bulldog Stadium. You just wish he was on this team.
On the wrong team.
Yeah. The Bulldogs appear to be just about ready to come out of their tunnel and make their way out. Coach Jay and the staff is down on the field. The captains appear to be just about ready. Now, we do see a sighting of, looks like Caden Harmon. We'll let Caroline tell us about that here in a moment as the Bulldogs come out of the tunnel, dressed in all black, the familiar black pants, black jerseys, black helmets here at Bulldog Stadium with the thick gray stripe. Looks like 1985.
That's your favorite look, isn't it?
It is, by far. So, Caroline, tell us about Caden Harmon.
Yeah, guys, Caden Harmon, he is suited up today, but he's questionable after last week's ankle injury. So, don't know if we'll see him on the field tonight or not.
So, if you have Caden Harmon on your fantasy team, he's very doubtful. It might be a time to change it real quick. Jordan Jones appears to be taking his spot on offense.
Do some last-minute updates, last-minute.
Okay,
sub in, sub out.
Just kidding. Nobody does fantasy football in high school, right? Please don't. That's taking it a little bit too far. So the Bulldogs have made their way onto the field. Rains is standing and staring over here at the west side, and the Bulldogs ran from one end zone to the other and now are walking back, and the captains appear to be ready to make their way out towards the middle of the field. Our friend Paul Wood stands at the 50-yard line waiting, looks like Jaron Ing, Mr. Helpenstell, Leighton Elvington, and Stephen Waldrip. And they will be your captains tonight for the Howe Bulldogs. On the far side, looks like, appears to be Luke Shepard, the quarterback. I believe that's right.
Yes, that's right.
Let's see. We've got Drake. No, we don't have Drake Hurley, but we do have a senior. I have to look at that. We got a new roster over this morning. So it looks like Sean Terry, Daniel Mendez, and one other that we can't see because he's got his shirt pulled up like Zeke. So we'll let Sweet Caroline bounce into the coin toss here in just a moment. I think they're just about ready for that.
Heads. Tails. Tails. Heads. I'm going to let the coin hit the ground. What are you going to call? Tails. Tails is a call, okay?
Rains calls tails.
Tails it is. You've won the toss.
Rains wins the toss.
What's your option? I'm going to defer. Excuse me, guys.
So Rains has elected to defer, and Howe will start with the football to start this football game. Nice job, Caroline.
This seems to be a theme this year. I hadn't kept up with how many times the Bulldogs have got the ball first, but it seems like more often than not they've got the ball first.
There was a situation last year where every time they won the toss, they won the game, and then when they lost the toss, they lost the game. It hasn't been the case this year. So.
Okay.
So here is the pride of Howe gearing up for the national anthem. I think we'll have a prayer first. rendition of our national anthem by the Pride of Howe. Get a little.
I'd like to pray for all the players, both Howe and Emory Reigns, because we are all gathered here under God's glory for this game. I pray that we make it through without injury, also for those in the crowd who have or has survived breast cancer, as well as a safe trip home for everyone. Amen.
And we have the prayer from a student of Howe High School. And a little wind in the booth tonight as the doors open.
Just to get a little circulation, some little ventilation in here. Much needed.
So it appears that Howe is going to receive the ball first to start this football game. And if I got that right, they're going to be moving to the north. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes. Left to right.
Oh, to the south, left to right.
Or, well, don't ask me now.
I didn't look at the way they turned, so it appears that they're going to be moving right to left.
Right to left, yes.
To the north end zone, towards the concession stand. Now, it is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we have a couple of players with pink sleeves on, Jalen Thornton and Brandon Williams, so it'll be easy to spot those two tonight. And they'll both be deep to return the kick along with Arturo Lauder. Again, if you're just joining us, Caden Harmon is not in pads tonight and doubtful.
Well, everybody was healthy for like one game to fill in the next man up.
On to do the kicking for Reigns will be Andrew Balthrop, and it's in the air. A high kick going to send Jalen Thornton to the 3-yard line. Running up the middle of the field, looking for a seam. Has a seam for a moment. It's going to be slung down shy of the 35-yard line at the 33. And that's where Howe will start this football game. From their own 33, 11:53 on the clock. We are just underway.
Great return by Thornton. Great field position for the Bulldogs. And let's see Haley with his 300-plus yards last week, 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. Leads the offense out in the field.
Brandon Williams, and we'll give you the starting lineup after this play. The hit exterior starting lineup. And that was the Tech Wave kickoff. Haley in the gun, sends a man in motion, and that's going to be Thornton. They fake it to Thornton, and Haley wants to throw deep down the field. He's hit as he's thrown and almost picked off right over the middle of the field. He was hit as soon as he let it go. We'll give you the offensive starters. They'll introduce themselves.
Journeying, left tackle.
Jackson Adkins, guard. Colby Lappin, center.
JC Hoppenstall, guard. Brantley Flynn, left tackle. Colby Wyndham, receiver. Steven Waldrop, tight end. Jordan Jones, receiver.
Brandon Williams, fullback.
Jalen Thornton, running back.
Austin Haley, quarterback.
Second down and 10. Haley toss left, and that's going to be Jalen Thornton looking for a little bit of room, and he gets about 3 to 4 yards close to the 40-yard line.
I like that little outside run, give Thornton the ball. He's the piston, makes this motor go for this offense, and here they are going fast again.
What do you call him, the Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, Swiss Army knife. Does a little bit of receiving, a little rushing.
Third down and 4, handoff straight up the middle, nothing doing there. Backed him up, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage perhaps. Just shy, maybe lost a yard.
Yeah, it looked like he was hit right at the line there. Offensive line didn't like to get off their blocks very well there, and defense able to stand there, so it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Bulldogs.
So Howe, who racked up 66 points a week ago, and all of those yards are going to have to punt on their very first possession tonight. 10:58 on the clock, just underway in the first quarter. And the punt is a low end-over-end kick, going to bounce and take a pretty decent Howe bounce and be dead right at the 30-yard line. So that's where Reigns will start from their own 30.
Well, you got this offense for the Wildcats that have come out, and they'll be running kind of a read option, something that's kind of given the Bulldogs trouble this season at times. Boyd did a pretty good job of gashing the Bulldog defense here a couple of weeks ago.
So here comes that dangerous read option offense of Reigns, and they have Luke Shepard at quarterback, Mason Songer at the running back position. And Shepard gets it, hands off. No, he's going to keep it, and he is hit immediately. A nice job on play number 1. And Hunter Brusso gets up after the first tackle of the game, a loss of 1. Up front for Raines is Anthony Wilson, Daniel Mendez, Trevor Kuhn, Kyle Gaddis, and Hayden Buchanan. As they're going quickly here, 2nd down and 11. This is going to be a handoff from one side to the other on the jet sweep, going to the far side. A gain of about 7 on 2nd down. Will set up a 3rd and short. Antonio Villegas is the wide receiver, along with Colt Rivera. The slots tonight, Drake Hurley and Luke Ratliff, and that was Hurley on the jet sweep. And Hurley goes in motion again. This time they fake it to him, and Shepard's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to be shy of the 1st down, and it'll be a 4th down and short, maybe 1 for Raines. And I would imagine early on in this game, don't you just go ahead and punt it right here up to the 39-yard line?
Punt it or do a kind of a swift kick. I wonder if that'd be something they would look at doing. Kind of read the offense or read the defense and then go from there.
Appears that they're going to go for it. This is going to be Luke Shepard up the middle. He's turned away. Erzigleski, 4 of them.
They faked the jet sweep. Shepard kept it, and the Bulldogs were right there to clog up the middle and make a stop on the Wildcat side of the football. Great stop by the Bulldogs, and they'll get great field position.
Wow, you've got to turn this situation into points, don't you think?
You got to. This is more or less a turnover here.
This is a momentum swinger in this football game, if you've ever had one. Right here with the ball on the Raines side of the field at the 38-yard line. A huge stop by the defense. 9:47 on the clock. Here comes Howe with Williams and Thornton in the backfield along with Haley. Jones in the slot. Wyndon split out deep to the near side. And now Thornton will go in the slot. Now he goes in motion, and they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. He's got a little bit of a seam, and now he's got a big seam up to about the 30-yard line. So a gain of 8 will bring up a 2nd down and short on the jet sweep.
I'll tell you what, had the jet sweep there to Thornton, and right before Haley handoff, Frank Kleinmeyer came off the edge and just hammered Austin Haley as he handed that off. He got that off, barely got that off.
2nd down and 2, and Haley draws offsides Raines. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked, but I believe Raines was offsides before that one could get underway. We'll check the flag.
That was Kleinmeyer coming off the edge there again and got there a little bit too quick because he got a head start. But it'll be a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Trying to time the snap, did so, and you know when that happens, Haley likes to go deep down the field. And was trying to there, but wasn't able to do it. They ended up getting the sack, but it doesn't matter. The ball now is at the 25?
Yes.
25-yard line for Howe at the Raines 25. 1st and 10. Haley trying to draw him off sides again. Now he looks over for the play. Williams is in the backfield. Thornton in the near slot. Wyndon split out near side. Waldrop split out wide to the right with Jordan Jones. This is going to be a handoff to Thornton, or Williams rather, and not much doing there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
As you said there, they'll try to get a free play, get the cadence, get that off, and see if they can get the Wildcats sometimes to jump, and they almost did there earlier on, so keep an eye on that.
Haley in the gun on 2nd down and 10. 8:55 on the clock. We're in the first quarter. No score, just underway. Haley gets it, throws the screen pass out right side, and that's going to be caught by Jordan Jones, who has 5, 6, 7 on the far side, and a pretty good pickup on the screen pass.
First time we see the bubble screen. Usually in the first possession or two, they'll get that out just to fill out the defense, and they get to Jordan Jones, and he uses some of his athletic ability and speed to get 7 yards.
So is that at the where are we at? 19?
Yes.
Scoreboard says 29. We'll say 19-yard line. Haley in the gun, 8:20 on the clock. Haley wants to throw near side screen for Thornton, has it, and trying to get out of one tackle, can't do it at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play up to the 19-yard line.
It was a screen over to the left side. It went to the right side earlier to Jones and went to the left side there to Williams, and Wyndon trying to get a good block there, but good pursuit by the Wildcats to stop him. So 4th down and 5 looks like.
You really want to capitalize here on this possession after you were able to stop them on 4th down. Now Howe faces the 4th down, and they're going to go for it at the 19-yard line. 4th and about 4.5. Williams will go right behind Haley, who gives it or fakes it on the jet sweep, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit wind, and the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, try to get a quick slant there to Wyndon, but number 3, I believe Bobby Dale came up there and got a mid up there to knock it down. And so Howe makes a 4th down stop, and then Wildcats reciprocate and make 1 down themselves, make a 4th down stop.
So they'll have the ball at their own 19-yard line. They'll be moving left to right, 7:32 on the clock, and we'll talk with Sweet Caroline. All right, let's go right after this play. Here's Shepard with a handoff up the middle for the first time tonight. Songer, he breaks out of a tackle. It's going to be close to a first down after about 8, maybe 9 yards. Go ahead, Caroline.
Yeah, guys, I like to get field conditions before game, and I didn't get to, and I got a professional one today. Mr. Wilson said the field is firm. I don't know what it means.
Is that Clay Wilson?
Yeah.
There's a run on the outside by Shepard, a first down run, about 12 yards, and all of a sudden the rain starts to move the ball a little bit here.
The field is firm.
Firm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it means, but he's my boss, so I'm just going to go with it.
He said, I saw him the other day, he said he was giving you lots of nuggets to use. Here is a handoff, and that is Songer, and that is a touchdown. He is long gone, shot out of a cannon, 61 yards for Mason Songer for our first points tonight. 7:04 on the clock here in the first.
They were going quickly here, and the Bulldogs were having to move people around and hand off to Songer. And Songer had a big hole there on the left side and just basically was untouched all the way to pay dirt. Him and Shepard, they make this offense go, and you gotta account for both of them.
Here's the PAT. And that's going to be good by Balthrop. And we've got a 7-0 lead with 7:04 left to go in quarter number 1. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Attention Bulldog Nation. Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8. When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is How You Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
Here is Arturo Lauder returning the Tech Wave kickoff, and a nice return as he takes it from about the 5 up to the 24-yard line where Howe will start their third possession of the night. It was a 3-play, 81-yard drive for Raines, capped off by a 61-yard touchdown by Mason Songer. Our first score tonight, Raines leads 7-0 early on here. That is your hit exterior scoring drive recap after the Tech Wave kickoff. 6:56 on the clock here in quarter number 1. Howe trailing 7-0 as they begin their third drive of the night. First one ended in a punt. Second one turnover on downs.
Still think you need to get Jalen Thornton involved here. They've been trying to do that.
Well, this is an I formation as Haley will go under center for one of the few times this year. And he will toss to the right side. That's Jalen Thornton, and he's quickly swarmed at the line of scrimmage. It opened up for a moment. I thought he was going to be able to break out, but a quick white shirt swarm, and it's going to be second down and 10.
Yeah, that was a quick one. And they've tried to make a living there on each side, trying to do the pitch out and get Thornton in space. But number 11, Tyler Mandrell, and I believe that was maybe 3, Bobby Dale, both with a great pursuit, or maybe number 5, Ray Mayers. Either one, both of them with great pursuit on Thornton.
Pistol formation for Howe. Haley is going to hand off up the middle, and that's Thornton, and still nothing doing there. Maybe even lost a yard. So Howe's running game has been really non-existent to this point.
And Bulldogs offense has been pretty balanced this year. I mean, last week they had 293 rushing, 301 passing. They've stayed pretty balanced. 170 yards rushing on the season, 178 passing that they've averaged. So trying to get this running game going, but Raines is stifled.
Clock rolling, 5:47, as Haley is in the gun by himself. And he rolls out right for a moment, under pressure now, all alone. Now he's got a lot of pressure. He's hit hard in the backfield, and a flag is down. Haley gets up quickly. But it appears to be a hold against Howe. And from the right tackle position, and that will be a declined penalty, which will bring the punt team on for Howe. So it's been really ugly for Howe in the offense so far tonight, after that amazing offense a week ago.
On the back end, they're having pretty good coverage downfield, and it's not helping that the defensive line is getting through as well. So they've got to shore up both those, or Haley's going to get murdered back there.
So Thornton back to punt. Will stand at his own 7-yard line, a high punt. Fair catch called for at midfield, and now at the 47-yard line on the Howe side. A nice high punt will at least send Raines back to near midfield at the 48.
Defense is going to step up. No, Mason Songer and Luke Shepard, like we said, those are the two main weapons here on this team. And the fact that they're going fast, it seem to have Howe on their heels.
Well, the read option has been the thorn in Howe's side for several years. Here's first down and 10. Left to right goes Luke Shepard and company, and here's another handoff to Songer, and the same play is going to bounce it out for about 10 yards near the cones over there, the flags rather, and it's going to be right at a first down marker, maybe apparently just short. 2nd down and 1. So the ball spotted at the 39. And this will be a handoff. Again, Songer up the middle, a first down, going to be slung down by Noah Campbell and company at about the 36-yard line. Gain of 3 for Songer, but that's enough to move the sticks.
They're getting off their blocks pretty well, and again, moving fast, and they're making 4 or 5 yards a clip here.
4:40 on the clock. Shepard wants to keep it. Now he wants to throw. He's got a man that's caught at the 30, trying to make a move, and he makes several moves, but right there are Bulldogs to bring him down. Drake Hurley makes the catch and really had nowhere to go, but it was a gain of 6 overall.
They like to mostly run the ball, but Shepard will roll out and he will throw it every once in a while, but if they can ever get the passing game consistent, this team could be a dangerous team.
4:13 on the clock. Songer, handoff up the middle, brought down by J.C. Helpenstell, shy of the first down at the 25-yard line. Or is it?
Number 52.
Yeah, they're going to get it. Move the sticks. First down at the 25.
Again, they're starting to move here pretty fast. They're getting big yardage here each time.
Shepard in the gun. Handoff. No, he's going to keep it. And now he's going to try to throw it, and he does. He finds his receiver, slot receiver on the left side of the field, which is Audie McCree, but whistles. And we'll have to check and see what that's about. There's a flag down in the middle of the field. Apparently there's an ineligible man downfield for Raines, and that'll back that one up. And that's really the first progress Howe's had on defense so far, is to have Raines shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they faked the handoff and found just a receiver kind of in between coverage there and able to get it to him. But because of the repass option, you sometimes get ineligible men downfield, and that's what happened there on that play. They got the penalty.
Shepard and Songer, and this is going to be Shepard rolling out right, wanting to throw on the run. He does, and it's a great catch on the sideline. And Hurley makes the catch, but another flag is down. So we'll check that one as well. And it is illegal man downfield again against Raines. So maybe the Bulldogs can capitalize on some momentum here by just Raines messing up.
Like I said, you have that run-pass option, so sometimes the offensive linemen don't know if the ball's being thrown or being ran, and so they sometimes get downfield, get a little excited.
Jalen Thornton has been out of the game with a helmet issue, looking like he's ready to come back in the game. And here's another flag before this one can get underway. This one is around Hurley, and it's apparently a false start against Raines. So all of a sudden,
5-yard penalty.
Double barrels to both feet here for Raines.
They're shooting themselves in the foot to the point where there won't be a foot left here, the way they're doing at this point, at this rate.
So all the way back to the 40-yard line. And it's 1st and 25 for Raines.
The 3 flags in a row?
3 in a row. This is going to be Shepard rolling out right. He's going to keep it. And he tries to roll over and bang over Elvington, who goes down to take his legs out. And that'll be a pretty nice pickup for Shepard rolling right. 3:21 on the clock. And Raines leading 7-0. Bringing up 2nd down. And about 17. A bad snap. Shepard has to go back for it. Tries to pick it up. Chased down by Brusso. The ball's on the turf. It's picked up by the Bulldogs for a moment. And now it is. Ing had it. And then Bearden had it. It was Matthew Bearden.
That was
Silent Thunder.
Hunter Brusso with the pressure and knocked the ball loose. And Jaron Ing, a lineman's dream, able to pick up the ball and go for a few yards.
I believe that was Matthew Bearden.
Sorry, Bearden.
So Brusso with the pressure caused the fumble. Who else?
Yes. Had a pick 6 last week and a forced fumble tonight.
So Howe now all of a sudden has the ball with 3:01 in Raines territory at the 36-yard line. At some point, you got to capitalize on these opportunities of getting the ball deep in Raines field. So it's 1st and 10, right to left goes Howe. Thornton into the game. Williams stands right next to Haley in the gun. Thornton the slot on the right side. Waldrop split out near side. This is going to be Haley wanting to look downfield, pressure, and he's driven into the ground. After maybe it looks like about a 2-yard loss there.
Right there on the coming off the edge, Frank Kleinmeyer. He's been in the backfield a couple of times here tonight, working over on that right tackle.
And Matthew Bearden has gone into the game. Brantley Flynn checking out. 2:34 on the clock here in the first.
And Bearden's coming in for Flynn, over that right tackle there, work on Kleinmeyer. Kleinmeyer's coming to the left side now. Ing's got the assignment for him now.
Jordan Jones comes near side slot. And this will be a handoff to Thornton very quickly. He has a big seam on the left side of the offensive line to the 29-yard line. They'll mark him at the 30. Thornton a little slow to get up. Limps just a little bit, but heads right back to the huddle. Ball at the 29.
Tell you get him going here. He had a season high last week, 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. Need to get him and Brandon Williams get your running game going.
3rd down and a long 3. Haley in the gun. This is going to be Williams trying to bounce it out right side, and he's hit by 3 Wildcats. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think so. He lost a yard back to the 30. It'll be 4th down.
Got the handoff and maybe hesitate a little bit, maybe seeing if there was a hole to develop. Try to bounce it outside, and the Wildcats a good job of knocking him back. And I think he may have lost a yard, got back to the line of scrimmage. So another 4th down here for the Bulldogs.
And they're going for it again. Haley in the gun, 2 receivers to either side. Williams in the backfield, barking for it. A little movement up front. Haley going deep down the field in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, looking for Waldrop on the near side. And apparently there's a flag down, and it could be.
It's offside.
It is going to be offsides against Raines. So that's why the deep ball down the field. Haley sees it and automatically takes the shot. And that's going to be close to a first, and I believe it is.
I tell you, if you can't get the first down on the ground through the air, you get him to commit a penalty there.
All of a sudden, Raines has committed a lot of penalties so far in this game. Ball at the 25. 1st and 10. Haley barking, gets it, looks near side, throws screen pass near side. Thornton escapes a defender, escapes to 2 defenders and 3 before he's finally brought down at about the 9-yard line. There's a flag down.
Got a good block from Wyndon on the outside. I wonder if he got that block as a hold.
Apparently it's a false start against Howe, we're told. And it'll come back. It'll negate probably the biggest play so far of the night for the Bulldogs.
It would be.
And that is the call. Is going to be false start against Howe. And Jalen Thornton has not gotten up off the turf yet.
That could be a big loss.
That would be a huge loss for Howe, especially without Caden Harmon in the game.
You got pretty much two of your fastest guys.
You go straight to Williams basically for your entire run game.
Yeah, he would be the feature
and Carson
back.
Daniels.
Yes.
So Daniels will check into the game as Thornton will come off the field. And again, it looks like some more helmet issues for Thornton. So it's going to be 1st and 15 for Howe, back now at the 30-yard line after the penalty.
I wonder, we don't know who that false start was, but sometimes I see Jardine coming out of the stance just maybe a second, half a second too soon. I wonder if that was a false start on him.
Well, Daniels will be in the fullback position, and Brandon Williams will now be the I-back. Pistol formation. Haley is going to hand off. No, he keeps it. Looking down the field. Over the middle of the field. Caught by Wyndon at the 5. The ball was on the turf, and it's a touchdown. It's touchdown time in Texas. He held on to it just long enough. The ball squirted out after he passed the goal line. He picked it back up, but they called it a touchdown.
I saw Haley in the pregame warm-ups, and he was throwing darts on that slant across the middle, and he did it right there to Wyndon, and Wyndon caught it, got over the goal line, and I guess he had possession of the ball.
That was a missile. And here's the PAT by Flores, and that one's good. And we have a tie ball game with 46 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
At Grayson Collin Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back. 46 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We're just about ready for the Tech Wave kickoff. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap, 4 plays, 36 yards for the Bulldogs, capped off by a 30-yard touchdown bullet from Austin Haley to Colby Wyndon. And that ties our game 7-7. Flores' Tech Wave kickoff is a high one, going to be taken in the middle of the field at about the 33. Coming up the middle and near the field and right at the 50. Uh-oh. You got to stop on the whistle there, fellas. Right at returning the kick for Raines was Bobby Dell. Boy, that sounds like a third baseman.
Well, this defense, Coach Jay talked in the coaches show about he's been impressed with the way this defense has played. They've forced, almost 16 turnovers through 5 games so far. Got another one here, this last one, and the offense did exactly what they're supposed to do, capitalize on the turnover and got the touchdown.
Bulldogs need a stop on defense right here. 1st and 10 at midfield. Raines moving left to right. This is going to be a handoff up the middle to Songer, good for maybe a couple of yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Coach Jay also talked about with this read option, it's about assignment football. You can't worry about your teammate if they're going to make the tackle. Everybody's got to trust everybody to make their stop, their assignment.
Maybe the last play of the first quarter, and this is going to be Songer dragging Noah Campbell for about 3 or 4 yards, but Campbell will stop him before he gets to the 1st down marker. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter, 7-7. We got a good one here. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnor Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnor Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnor Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnor Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnorBBQ.com.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
It's third down and about 3 for Raines. A big play here early in the game. And this is going to be a handoff to Songer, right side, barrels over for a first down, and he'll make his way to about the 37-yard line. We haven't given you the defensive starters yet for Howe. Let's do that right now.
Jackson Adkins, D-end.
Journeying, nose guard. Matthew Bearden, D-end. Stephen Waldrop, linebacker.
J.C. Opensell, inside linebacker.
Brandon Williams, outside linebacker.
Jordan Jones, cornerback.
Jalen Thornton, corner.
Clayton Ovington, safety.
Hunter Brisso, cornerback.
Terrell Louder, safety.
There is a jet sweep to Hurley from left to right. He'll pick up a few. And now the ball rests at about the 31-yard line.
With the Wildcats wanting to go fast, you got to wonder if conditioning, at what point that'll play a part in this game later on.
Second down, and this is going to be Shepard coming left side. He's got a big seam to the left, open to the middle of the field, and he is in for the touchdown. 31-yard score for Luke Shepard. He had 99 in this game a year ago, and he punches it in right there from 31. 11:09 on the clock, and Raines regains the lead.
Part of that read option there is they've been handing the ball off the last couple of plays. Almost gets you used to that, and then Shepard keeps it and runs right up the gut and off to a touchdown.
The extra point by Balthrop is good, and Raines has a 14-7 lead with 11:09 left to go here in the second. We'll be right back right after this.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
11:09 left to go here in the second quarter as Raines regains the lead 14-7. The hit exterior scoring drive recap, 4 plays, 50 yards for Raines. It was capped off with a 31-yard touchdown by Luke Shepard.
Penalty was marked off.
And
will be assessed.
There's a penalty against Howe, apparently on the extra point or the touchdown. And
it's like a personal foul, I guess. I didn't see this.
Well, it appears Raines will kick off from the Howe 45-yard line. So, you might consider an onside kick right here. 11:09 left to go in the second, and Balthrop's going to kick it away on the Tech Wave kickoff deep. Brandon Williams near side, and he bangs over one defender before he's brought down just outside the 22-yard line.
Kick off to about the 22 or 23.
Well, it took a couple of drives, but it looks like these offenses are starting to heat up there.
The quick strike from Haley was a thing of beauty.
It really was.
And you hope Jalen Thornton is going to be able to enter back into the game at some point tonight, and he is on the field. There is Jalen Thornton. First down at 10 for Howe, left to right here in the second quarter. First possession of the second quarter. And we'll check down with Caroline in a moment. As now empty backfield as Haley goes under center. Sends a man in motion is Thornton. They're going to fake it to him. They give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's got a seam. First down and more on the far hash. Up to the 39-yard line, and that's got to make some people happy down there, Sweet Caroline. Our Night Furniture sideline report.
Very happy. And a guy down here who's very happy now is Coach Shugleski. Very happy with his defense, although after I think J.C. Epicel didn't stop Luke Shepard. Kind of wasn't happy about that, but we're back on track. It's all right.
It's all right. First and 10 for Howe. Left to right. Waldrop split out wide to the near side. Jones and Thornton in the slot. Williams in the backfield with Haley. And he is going to hand it off to Williams, who's hit hard. Another loss on a running play up the middle. That's a 1-yard loss. Second down and 11 coming up.
Williams has had a hard time getting going here tonight. It seems like every time he's got a handoff, he's been hit right behind the line of scrimmage or right at the line of scrimmage. He hasn't found a lot of holes.
They've put some pressure right up the middle. Now, interestingly enough, Raines is not huge up front with 3 down linemen, but they are huge in the box. Haley wants to throw. Pumps right, throws right, deep down the field right. It's going to be caught! Wyndon again! He makes the spot at the 15, and it's going to be drugged down at about the 4-yard line. Wyndon, I thought he was gone, but he made a sidestep on a defender, which slowed him down a bit. 9:47 on the clock, and Howe's in business again.
Nice pump fake there by Haley. Colt Rivera, who was in coverage, fell down, and that gave enough space there for Wyndon to catch the ball, and had some yak after that, yards after the catch.
9:39 and rolling. Haley wants it now. They look over to the side for the play. Williams and Thornton in the backfield. Haley in the pistol. And they give it to Thornton up the middle. And again, nothing doing there. One thing we got to mention on that defense of Raines, they have a monster linebacker, Ray Mayers. He's 6'1", 235, and he has a nose for the football. He can really play linebacker.
Remember they had the linebacker from last year, Elijah Garrett-Ellis?
Yes.
He gave
same type of player.
Bulldogs a lot of problems.
Haley in the gun, looks right side, throws in the end zone on the fade route. It's going to be incomplete. Just overthrew Jordan Jones, about 8 yards deep in the near corner, south end zone. And that'll bring up a 3rd and goal for Howe.
Well, there was a Haley's comment right there. Threw that way up in the air, just over a little bit over the outstretched arms there of Jones.
8:55 on the clock here in the second quarter. Howe trying to answer right back after the Luke Shepard touchdown. Haley with Williams to his right and Thornton in the slot to the right side. Jones and Wyndon with him. Or that's not Wyndon. Here's a trap play by Williams, who escapes a couple of defenders, fights for it, and he is in! What a run by Williams, and it's touchdown time in Texas. He broke 3 tackles on his way.
Great run by Williams. Trying to get around that left tackle, got hit in the backfield by 2 guys, spun off one, pinballed off another, and then into the end zone. And this Bulldog offense is going toe-to-toe against this Wildcat defense.
Right now it's 14-13. Make that 14-14 after the Flores PAT. Haley runs off the field, had his arms in the air for a moment. He's excited. And we'll be right back right after this. Tie ball game.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load. strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The hit exterior scoring drive recap, 5 plays, 78 yards for Howe. The big play in the drive was an Austin Haley pump fake throw to Wyndon. Got it down to about the 4-yard line, and that's where Williams took it in to tie the game 14-14 after the Flores PAT. Here's your Tech Wave kickoff, going to be taken up in the middle of the field, and again, Raines is going to start at the 50-yard line with a good return by I think that's Jacks. He was the star of the game a year ago, and Devin Jacks returns it to the 50.
That's an interesting approach here by the Bulldogs. They're kicking the ball. They're not trying to kick it downfield. They're only kicking it down to about the 30, 35-yard line. Gives the Wildcats a chance for even a short return. Gets the ball up close to midfield, and right now it's at midfield.
Yeah, I guess the thought there is you don't want to give up the return for the touchdown.
Yes.
1st and 10 for Raines, left to right at midfield. Man in motion, and they're going to give it to him. They fake it to him, and here comes Shepard, near side, 5. He's got 10 and falls down. Looks like he had a cramp. His right leg, and he gets up and runs off. I'm not sure how this happened. He looked like he was shot. He was running to the left side, and all of a sudden he just fell down.
It looked like a sniper got him. I mean, he was running around the left side.
Let's
and all of a sudden,
check the water tower. Is anybody up there?
And yeah, he went down. It was like all of a sudden, yeah, he went down about the 40-yard line.
Raines is going to, I believe, call a timeout so that he doesn't have to come out of the game. But apparently, they're going to not call the timeout, and they will bring in the backup quarterback for one play, which is Andrew Balthrop. We've talked about him all night being the kicker, also the backup quarterback. 1st and 10 after a good run by Shepard. And this is going to be a handoff. No, Balthrop wants to throw. He's got a man. It's caught, and that's going to be Rivera for a first down inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line, or 21-yard line, rather.
They will use both quarterbacks at times. Shepard's the main guy, but Balthrop can throw it too, and he put that on a rope there.
1st and 10, Balthrop. He's going to run near side. He's going to run left side, and he's banged down after about 2 yards by J.C. Helpenstell. Helpenstell on the season, 92 total tackles and a fumble recovery, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8 as Shepard checks back in at the 19-yard line. Man in motion, and Shepard's going to keep it over right guard, and he'll go down after just a couple of yards near the 15.
That's a good job by the Bulldogs. Everybody kind of stayed home and stayed on their assignment. Nobody over pursued or anything, and just a short gain there by Shepard and brings up a key 3rd down.
3rd down and 5, 7:34 here to go in the 2nd quarter. Man in motion, and they give it on the jet sweep from left to right. A lot of room, and he's going to jump, try to dive in the end zone. He's down just shy of the end zone, and that was Luke Ratliff on the carry on the jet sweep. A first down, and Raines is knocking on the door.
Like the Bulldogs, they have different weapons they go to. Songer, Shepard, and we see Ratliff there too on that jet sweep. So they're going in all different directions up the middle. That's what the read option does, gives you a lot of different.
Everybody tight right here. This is going to be a handoff to Songer over right guard. He's in. Touchdown Raines with 7:11 left to go in the 2nd, and they regain the lead, 20-14, awaiting this PAT by Balthrop.
Hand off to Songer and just right up the middle there. And this Raines offense, you can tell they get in a rhythm, and they just keep gashing you for yards. They did that right there on this drive.
Balthrop's PAT is up, and it is good. And we have a 21-14 game in the 2nd quarter. 7:11 left to go here in the 2nd. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls.
Attention Bulldog Nation. Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8. When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
Here's the Tech Wave kickoff, a banger, low banger, down to Arturo Louder from the 15-yard line, coming near side, looking for a block, has the left seam, has the right hash, and down after a pretty good return to the 42-yard line. Nice return by Arturo Louder.
Yeah, that's a good return there, and that will set up great field position for the Bulldogs.
I want to say hello to Michael Mosier, our former color analyst who's listening to the game in Arkansas. What are you doing in Arkansas?
Right?
You getting some teeth pulled? Hello, Michael Mosier.
We miss him down here changing our scoreboard. He was always in charge of that, wasn't he?
Yes. And Dankenstater or something like that.
Dankenstater, yeah. Alejandro
Dankenstater. Raines was about to bring the house, and Howe had a false start there as the big linebacker, Ray Mears, was showing blitz, and he was coming. And Howe said, they tried to get a little jump on it and jumped off sides. First down and 15, they bump it back to the 38.
Got a little bit of happy feet there.
37, rather, as we start. No blitz shown right here as Haley is in the gun. They look to the sideline for the play. Two receivers to each side. Williams in the backfield. Williams gets the handoff coming right side. Stiff arms a defender at the 40 as he goes down at the 41-yard line. Pretty good game of about 3. And that'll bring up second down and 11. 6:49 and rolling here in the second.
Still trying to get Brandon Williams going. Saw that, had that run earlier there for the touchdown, trying to break it to the outside. Trying to make up yardage from the penalty.
Williams in the backfield, Thornton in the slot. Haley in the gun, barking. Jones near side, Wyndon to the split out far to the other side, Waldrop at the bottom. Haley looks to Jones on the screen pass, escapes one defender, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much doing there. A nice gain, or a nice play rather, on the screen pass by Antonio Villegas, who brought him down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Good job by Jones to just avoid the first tackler there. He's going to get dropped back about 3 or 4 yards. And just able to get back to the line of scrimmage is a victory in itself.
We're at the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Haley with both Thornton and Williams to each side of him. He wants to throw down the field. Waldrop, the flea flicker, and he tossed it back to Thornton. It's going to be just shy of the first down at about the 49-yard line.
How about that little wrinkle from Coach Lynch? A little hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder. I call it a flea flicker. The hook and ladder. He threw it out to Waldrop, who pitched it back to Thornton coming near. So it's 4th down and about 2. Just on the other side of midfield. Howe's going to send in the punt team on 4th and 2, and now they're going to talk about it. A timeout's been called. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
Watch out for a fake right here. 5:48 on the clock. Thornton is going to punt it away. End over end kick sends the deep man all the way back inside the 8-yard line. Watch out for a big return right here, trying to set up a block. Flag down, and from the far side, finally brought down. Now 3 flags are down.
They're coming from all directions.
And Bry Kelly was brought down, the returner at the 39-yard line, but there are hankies everywhere.
Yeah, they came from the back judge, the line judge.
I think there's only 2 officials that still have the flag in their pocket.
I wonder if they all saw the same penalty or if it's all different penalties.
So as of the moment, Raines has the ball at their own 39.
Now this would be an important defensive possession here. Not one, if Raines scores, you don't want to get down by 2 possessions here.
And just remember, Raines deferred to the second half. They'll get the football first to start the second. That's important if they're able to score just before the half. They can get back-to-back points. And Bulldog fans don't want any part of that. There's 5:34 on the clock. It's holding against Raines on the return. So there's a block in the back against Raines. So we'll see where the ball ends up. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. How's it going down there?
Guys, in the words of Ricky Ake, I think we're going to have a shootout tonight. We are ready for a win, and the energy is good down here.
Any more nuggets from Clay Wilson?
Yes, but I'm not going to use them yet.
Okay, hold them in your pocket.
Yeah.
So they're going to spot the ball. They're still walking. Okay, they may walk a while here. Couple of penalties. And, we made the joke. Some of these fans that got these towels to wave, they need to talk to Ricky Ake about their elbows. See what's going on. Wave those towels.
Right, I know. We haven't seen the terrible towels here.
Handoff Songer, and he drags J.C. Helpenstell for about 2 or 3 yards after already getting 5. So pickup of about 8 yards on first. Quickly up to the 28-yard line. And here is Shepard wanting to throw on the run. He does, and he's got a first down reception to his receiver, which is Ratliff, and he's brought down by Hunter Broussard for the first down.
Whenever they pass the ball, do that read pass option. He has to roll out and throw kind of across his body off balance.
Ball at the at the 36. Here's a hammered shot by Ing and Helpenstell on Songer, who gets up slow as he was popped.
He was. We could hear that up here.
Ball will be placed at the 39-yard line. Second down and 8. Songer moves a little early. Shepard's going to keep it over the right side. He's got a lot of room middle of the field. He could be gone. 30, 25. He's very fast. Chased down by Jordan Jones. Not going to catch him. Touchdown Shepard again. 62 yards.
And oddly enough, I think there been some miscommunication there because he tried to fake it to Songer, and Songer had already gone out.
I think Songer wasn't
all there
for that play. All right. So now Raines extends their lead to 27-14, awaiting this PAT. And this one is going to be very high. Althrop's kick is good. And all of a sudden, Raines is doubled up on points here at Howe. 28-14 with 4:33 left before the half. We'll be right back right after this.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Explain to me why if they have the evidence, somebody has the evidence of an impeachable offense and all, why haven't they already done it? I mean, if you got a bank president up here that's stealing money from the bank, you shouldn't let him stay in there another day. Get him out. The mainstream media, they suck.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
4:33 on the clock here before the half. Rains, another touchdown, 28-14. We'll give you the drive recap in just a moment. This kickoff, the Tech Wave kickoff, is going to go into the end zone where Jalen Thornton will down it. So the hit exterior scoring drive recap is 4 plays. How many yards, Justin? You remember?
It was at 39. That was 61.
That was 80 yards. They had it back to the 20 after the penalties.
Oh, 80 from the beginning, yes.
4 plays, 80 yards, 62-yard touchdown by Shepard capped it off. And now we have a 28-14 Rains lead with 4:33 left to go before the half. Now, if you're a Howe fan, don't turn it off. Don't go away because almost everyone comes back on Rains in the second half. Van Alstyne came back and won, and White Oak came back and nearly won 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's been a trend here the last couple of weeks. So, and especially the Bulldogs being a second half team, they've been able to do that the last couple of this season. Be able to make changes at halftime and be able to come back and put some points on the board. So let's see what changes they make here.
Left to right goes Howe from their own 25-yard line. Haley in the gun sends Thornton in motion. He gets the handoff coming left side. He's got a lot of room up the middle of the field, but a great touchdown, perhaps saving tackle.
David Thornton, the ball carrier.
And there's a flag down, but it was a great tackle in the middle of the field by Tyler Mandris. But it's going to be a chop block against Howe.
And I wonder if that was on Brandon Williams on the outside. Trying to get around the Thornton, trying to get around the end, and Williams tried to get a block ahead of him and went below the knees.
Well,
or at the knees.
Insult to injury. Man. And now Howe way deep in their own side of the field. So they spot this, at the 10?
Yeah. Well, I talked about the last defensive possession was important. This is an important offensive possession now for the Bulldogs. You're down 2 touchdowns. Possibly could be your last offensive possession of the half.
Haley in the gun. Williams to his left. Thornton goes in motion. They give it to him. Same play. Trying to cut it up the middle of the field. He does. Left hash. The ball came out. And the officials say he was down.
Thornton, the ball carrier.
So they'll bring it back up. And Rains, you can hear the Rains fans aren't happy about it. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the big run by Thornton for 15 yards.
And Thornton, every time he gets up, he just gets up a little slower. He's kind of limping a little bit. Of course, when he gets the ball, though, he doesn't look like he's limping. He's going 90-0.
He doesn't limp when he runs full speed, does he?
No, he does not. He goes 90-0.
2nd down and 10. Haley sends Thornton in motion again. Some movement up front, and Haley is really upset. He jumps up and down. It's one of those where he's not really upset right now because he's a freshman and he's not going to say anything.
Yeah, he won't.
He's really upset inside. Now, when Haley's a senior and that happens, it's going to be a different looking Haley out there.
Yeah, he's going to tear into somebody. But right now, he's going to say anything and just kind of jump up and down, hope the coaches get after him.
We were talking to Coach Jay right after the coaches show. He said when Haley's a senior, he'll probably just call the plays. 2nd down and 15 after the penalty. Low snap. Haley digs it, looks downfield, looking for room, somewhere to go, and finally is hammered down hard. At some point, man, you got to throw the ball away or get out of that pocket or go down, and he went down hard. And he gets up quickly. 3rd down and somewhere around 19.
That was a coverage check by the Wildcats here. They had pretty good coverage there on the back end. It was pretty good protection by the offensive line there for a little bit. You're right, though. The freshman showing some of his freshman ways. He's got to get rid of that or get out of the pocket or something, but needs to do something instead of getting the sack.
3rd down and 17, we'll call it. Haley in the gun. Williams standing just to his right. Rolls out right now. Back left side pass incomplete on the screen pass. Almost picked off. Went out of the hands of, I believe that was Thornton, who trying to hit on the screen pass. A little bit high. Went through his hands and thought for a moment that was going to be disastrous news. But it's punt time for Howe. 3:03 on the clock here in the second.
I was just thinking that 3rd down. I said, this is where you get that tunnel screen and see if you can get Thornton or Jones in space there. And he threw a bullet there to, I guess that was a Thornton. Bounced off his hands and almost intercepted.
Well, you got to be careful here. You're giving the ball back to Raines with 3:03 left to go before the half, and if they score here, they could double up on you. The punt is a low line drive, end-over-end kick, going to bounce at the Howe 47-yard line, or at the Raines 47, and take a big Howe roll inside the 30, somewhere around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, this could be a back-breaking possession for the Bulldog defense, because 3 minutes to go, under 3 minutes to go here. Wildcats may want to take some time off the clock and not be as fast and make this the last possession.
I'm sorry, the 32.
Or don't give Howe any time left in this half, and if they can go down and score here.
Boy, you know, Shepard has run up the middle twice for big yardage, and at some point you got to think, you know, you got to stop that first. 2:57 on the clock right before the half, 28-14. Raines comes back out on offense with 3 receivers near side. This is going to be a handoff. No, Shepard's going to keep it, look to throw. It's going to be caught by Villegas, and he has a first down, chased down by Brusso and tackled after about a 13-yard gain and a first down near midfield.
Again, that read pass option, they read the defense there and see if they can run the ball. If they stay the defensive end stay home, then they'll try to pass it.
20-yard gain. Shepard, handoff, Songer, 3 yards to the midfield. 2:36 on the clock.
Songer right up the middle there, and again, they're not in a huge hurry right now.
For the first time we've seen Songer, he doesn't have the tape on the back of his arms. He's had that, I guess he only does that on turf. Here is a handoff near side on the jet sweep. Macquarie is hit hard by Waldrop and brought backwards for a few yards, but forward progress will take him to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it started with Leighton Elvington right there coming in. He knifed through and slowed him down. The rest of the Bulldogs over there to come and finish him off. So 3rd and long here for the Wildcats.
That was McCree on the jet sweep, 3rd and about 8. Shepard wants to throw, looking deep down the field for one of the few times he has his man. It's caught, and into the end zone goes Antonio Villegas. Touchdown Raines with 1:43 remaining before half. They extend their lead 34-14, awaiting the PAT.
Most of their passes have just been short, intermediate passes there.
Got caught napping.
But that time, Jones got beat there. I think got caught looking in the backfield, and Villegas got behind Jones and was able to catch an easy touchdown.
49 yards. So the PAT looks up, looks true. It is 35-14. Raines in the lead. $1:43 left to go before the half. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnor Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnor Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnor Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnor Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnorBBQ.com.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
The Tech Wave kickoff is going to be hauled in by Waldrop on the far side, coming left to right, and he'll be stopped at about the 38-yard line, which is where Howe will probably have their last possession of the first half with 1:39 left to go here in the second quarter. So the scoring drive recap, the hit exterior scoring drive recap, 3 plays, 73 yards, and it was a 49-yard touchdown pass from Shepard to Villegas, who caught everybody napping. Shepard, first time to throw deep down the field, and he did so successfully. 35-14, our new score. And that's your hit exterior scoring drive recap after the Tech Wave kickoff. 1st and 10, left to right goes Howe. Man in motion is Thornton, coming near side on the jet sweep, gets it. Carey looking for a block, gets a pretty good one, trying to find the corner, does. First down, about a 13-yard gain on the Rain side of the field to the 47-yard line, and again, Thornton is slow to get up.
Well, he goes so fast, and I mean, every time he gets hit, he gets hit pretty hard. He's not the biggest kid in the world. Go ahead.
One thing we failed to mention as it's 1st and 10, left to right, we'll get back to it after this, is Haley is in the gun. Thornton and Jordan Jones both move from right to left. Everybody trying to get set. 1:17 and rolling here on the clock. 1st and 10, left to right on the Rains side of the field. Rains has an enrollment of 478 compared to Howe's 341. That's a significant enrollment advantage. Bubble screen. Thornton, 5, 6, middle of the field, now to the right hash, gain of 9 inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Got that little wide receiver, that middle screen there, and Thornton spun off about 2 tacklers there, and that was all him there, getting yards after the catch.
What that enrollment advantage does for you, it gives you about 35 extra junior and senior boys to choose from on average. 35 seconds on the clock here before the half. It's rolling. And this is going to be Haley looking deep down the field, middle of the field. This one's going to be incomplete, trying to hit Jalen Thornton, and he overshot him. And he overshot him by quite a bit, thankfully, because great coverage and pursuit by Bry Kelly.
Haley trying to go long there, but yeah, there was good coverage there on the back end by the Wildcats. And this is a big third down here.
27 seconds on the clock, and now you're at the point, do you run the ball here? You certainly don't want to leave any time on the clock for Rains at all.
I like doing the jet sweep again to Thornton.
I think you might try to run the ball here and then call a timeout. Here's Thornton on the jet sweep. You called it. First down at the 30. And did he get out of bounds? He did not get out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and now a timeout's been called. So now with the first down, you have some options and some timeouts in your pockets.
You got 2 timeouts in your pocket, so.
If he had not got the first down, you just run out the clock on 4th.
Yes.
And you just take a knee and hope they don't call a timeout.
I think assuming they don't call a timeout, Rains didn't call a timeout. But you didn't have to face that. Now you got 20 seconds to go and a fresh set of downs.
So ball is at the 28-yard line. A timeout's been called. Caroline, our Night Furniture sideline reporter. What's the mood down there? They're down, but what's the mood?
Man, it's like I said earlier, the energy down here is good. Even though we're down, people aren't thinking we're down and out. But, I mean, you'd be surprised at how excited everyone is with the score.
Well, they certainly need to score right here, right before the half. It would be huge if they could. I'm still anxious to hear some of those Clay Wilsonisms, though.
Let me go ask him. He's right. Oh, dang, he's gone. He was right behind me.
Well, there's Kevin Wilson. See if he has any Wilsonisms.
I'll see about that.
1st and 10, left to right. Haley in the gun. 20 seconds on the clock before the half. Carson Daniels in the backfield. Haley screen pass near side. Jordan Jones hit immediately and slung down. A nice play by the defender, and another timeout's been called. It was Mandris, the cornerback, made an outstanding play on the screen pass to Jones, and the timeout's been called. We can probably take one real quick. Let's go ahead and do that.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
14 seconds on the clock before the half. Raines comes back out on the field on defense. Howe trying to punch it in just before half here. Second down and 11. And Haley comes out with Thornton and Williams. Thornton to his left in the slot, Williams to his right in the backfield. Waldrop in the Y. And Jones split out wide right. Looking right as Haley steps up in the pocket, throws it deep down in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Jordan Jones about 7 yards deep in the end zone. Just a little bit overthrown, or Jones ran the route too shallow. Not sure what happened there, but it falls incomplete. And 6 seconds ticks off the clock. And it'll be third down and 13. Or third down and 11, rather.
Yeah, 8 seconds to go here. This will be an interesting call. Because like I said, do you just try to run out the clock, or do you go ahead and try to get the first down, or go ahead and Hail Mary to the end zone?
They still have 3 timeouts, does Raines. So Haley wants to throw in the end zone, or at least across the middle of the field. It's going to be incomplete. Trying to draw the flag is Arturo Louder. They don't get one at the 5-yard line. And now it's fourth down and 11, but there's 4 ticks on the clock. You got to at least get 4 seconds out of this. So if you're going to drop back and throw it, make sure you throw it where 4 seconds ticks off. Now, the play a moment ago on first down took exactly 4 seconds off the clock. It's fourth down and 11.
I like it. They're going to try to go long here, try to get the touchdown.
Haley will give it to Thornton on the jet sweep, who cuts up near side, is finally tackled after about an 8-yard gain. Not enough, can't break free. That's the end of the first half. Howe trails 35-14. And what a track meet this first half has been.
It really has, especially for Raines. This is where, again, the Bulldogs make their changes at halftime. Coach Jay has talked about it's hard to do it during the first half because you got guys playing both ways and trying to talk to them. As soon as they're done with defense, they have to go out for offense. So let's see what changes they make here. They're going to have to contain Shepard. Shepard's accounted for 2 rushing touchdowns and thrown for another one. So he's accounted for 3 touchdowns so far.
So I see some people leaving, and I'm telling you, if you left last week in Van Alstyne's game, you missed everything. Because Van Alstyne came back in the second half and won against White Oak 2 weeks ago. Raines had a big lead. White Oak came back and nearly won. Raines is not a great second half football team. So the score reads 35-14, but that in no way means that this game is in the books for Raines.
And Coach Jays knows that. He's going to preach that here at halftime. Like I said, the Bulldogs are a second half team, so that bodes well for the Bulldogs. So Coach Jay knows that. I'm sure the kids know that, and he's going to probably reiterate that here at halftime.
Well, we are at halftime where the Old Men and the Coffee Shop sponsor this thing. So we'll take a listen to them, and we'll turn it over to Justin White and Caroline Slauson for our Baker Heating and AC Old Men and the Coffee Shop halftime show. We'll be right back right after this.
Explain to me why, if they have the evidence, somebody has the evidence of an impeachable offense and all, why haven't they already done it? I mean, if you got a bank president up here that's stealing money from the bank, you shouldn't let him stay in there another day. Get him out. The mainstream media, they suck.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy. custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls.
Welcome to the Old Men at the Coffee Shop Halftime Show, sponsored by Baker AC and Heating. Now here's Caroline Slauson, Justin White, and Blake Burnett.
Hey, Justin. How are you? Sorry.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I've just asked you. I don't know.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, after this first half, maybe a little worried.
It's like I said, the energy down there really is not like 35-14. I don't know if they know something we don't know.
I wonder, yeah.
I wonder what it is.
I saw Coach Zagaleski down there. He's been a little bit frustrated with his defense.
Yeah.
Just body language-wise, and rightfully so.
Well, it's like there are these glimpses of these great defensive and offensive plays, and then followed by not so great plays. So I can see the frustration.
A couple things that I had wrote down here in the first half. We good there? Mm-hmm. A couple things I wrote down in the first half that just some notes to think about. You think about the Bulldogs on the first, I believe it was the first possession, maybe the second possession, offensive possession for Raines. They got that fourth down stop.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Now, they couldn't do anything with it, but they got the fourth down stop. That was big. And then Brusso with the next possession, maybe possession after that, Brusso had the big sack, the forced fumble.
Yeah.
Picked up by Bearden.
By Bearden, yeah.
And then later on there, on the next possession there, they capitalized on that with the Colby Wyndon touchdown.
Yeah, yeah.
That bullet there across
First
the
one.
middle. So that's one thing there the Bulldogs done. They've been able to make turnovers. I think I said earlier in the broadcast that Coach Jay was saying through the first 5 games they forced about 16 turnovers.
Okay.
And so they got another one there. And doing what good teams do is force turnovers and then capitalize on them, making them pay.
Yeah.
Another thing too have just been the big runs by Luke Shepard, their quarterback. With those big runs, the quarterback keepers, they do in the read option and just running right up the gut. Coach Jay talked about assignment football, not worrying about trying to make somebody else's play. Everybody stay home, make tackles, and do that. And the Bulldogs have had problems with that tonight.
Well, going into the second half, what do you think they're in there talking about to correct coming up?
Well, I think defensively, I think it's first stopping Luke Shepard.
Right.
Is stopping those big runs by him. Now, that doesn't mean that you give up on Mason Songer, because Mason Songer, I seem like he's had the big run, the touchdown earlier on, the big 60-yard. But other than that, he hasn't got going much.
Right.
But he's kind of one of those kids that's just like you could just tell he's about ready to break out.
Yes.
I mean, he gets the ball and he's fast and he's got some power behind him.
I was about to say he's a very powerful runner. Getting down on the field and looking at him really up close, you can tell he's just like a brick wall.
Yeah, and as soon as he gets it, they got him listed at what was it they had him listed at? I'm sorry, real quick here. 5'10", 175 pounds, but he kind of looks almost bigger than that. I mean, he's built pretty solid.
Stout.
And so, but I think stopping Luke Shepard, and again, everybody staying on their assignments. Another note I made was when he comes out, when Shepard passes the ball, they do that read option. They're kind of reading the linebackers, reading the safeties, and then decide if they're going to pass it. He'll roll out to his left and kind of throw on the run, and they've mostly been these short 5-yard, 7-yard passes. But they caught the Bulldogs napping there on that long pass to Villegas. Jordan Jones was back there, and I guess he was expecting the pass, the short pass, and they got behind. Villegas got behind Jones, and I think Jones knew he had messed up there and got caught napping. And so Bulldogs got to stay on their assignments here.
What I can tell you is that Jalen Thornton, he is worn out after every play. Y'all kind of talk about how he's slow to get up. He's slow to get up, and he is. He is just worn out. In fact, that last carry he had of the first half, he just laid there and gave the old cutthroat sign, and he was out. It was just
is he tired, or is he just hurt from getting hit so often?
Probably both, but I really think it's tired. I was talking to Ricky Yake about it, and we were talking about how much he did last week and really how tired he was last week. He still may be tired from bottom, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he did say he was tired last week when in that post-game interview.
He was. So I know y'all mentioned it earlier, but a hello to Michael Mosier. I'd like to say hi to him in Arkansas. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're having fun. We'll be back to Bulldog Stadium right after this, 14-35. That goalpost was in my way. It said 4. 14-35 here at Bulldog Stadium at halftime. We'll be back right after this.
Attention Bulldog Nation. Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8. When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
Explain to me why, if they have the evidence, somebody has the evidence of an impeachable offense and all, why haven't they already done it? I mean, if you got a bank president up here that's stealing money from the bank, you shouldn't let him stay in there another day. Get him out. The mainstream media, they suck.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to the Old Men at the Coffee Shop halftime show, sponsored by Baker AC and Heating. Now here's Caroline Slauson, Justin White, and Blake Burnett.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. 35-14 here at half. Emory, I almost forgot who we were playing. Emory Reigns on top of Howe at half. Some look at some scores around the area. Lake Dallas traveling to Denison tonight. I do know that. I was late coming here, as we all know. And I was rolling through Sherman about 7 o'clock, and so was Lake Dallas.
Oh, really?
Like, y'all are a little late.
Got a little late, but Denison on top of Lake Dallas at half, 38-0. Lake Dallas didn't have time to warm up. That's fine. Sherman and Poteet and Sherman tonight, 17-7, 8 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Poteet on top of Sherman on the road tonight. Anna and Paris tonight, it's not looking good for Anna. Halftime, 43-7. Paris on top of Anna.
Pottsboro leading Van Alstyne at the half, 21-14. That's a game between two district favorites there, Pottsboro and Van Alstyne, but Pottsboro leading VA 21-14 at the half, and then Lone Oak trails Commerce 27-6. Commerce on top there at the half.
SNS at Gunner tonight, 42-0, halftime. Gunner on top of SNS. Tom Bean and Era tonight. Start of the half, 6-6, all tied up.
Let's see here. Just a top 10 matchup in 6A. South Lake Carroll leading Denton Geyer 25-21. That is at the half. And let's see.
The last score I have Blue Ridge at White Wright tonight. At the half, 24-7, Blue Ridge on top of White Wright.
All right. Did you do a Pilot Point Whitesboro?
I did not.
21-16, Whitesboro leads Pilot Point. Gunner up on SNS 42-0. That's at the half. And Leonard trailing Prairie Land 13-7. That's in the third quarter.
Well, the only one that matters is the one here tonight, 35-14. Emory on top of Howe at the half, and we'll bring Blake the Blizzard Burnett in for today's first half stats.
Thank you, Caroline.
Blake, do we have you?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and take it away.
All right. We have a ball game at the score of Rains 35, the Howe Bulldogs 14. As we thought this game would be a slobber knocker, but were we wrong?
Slobber knocker.
Yes. Punch out, drag out, we were wrong. The Howe Bulldogs are having a hard time stopping Luke Shepard on the ground with 9 carries and 121 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight.
Already, man.
Yes. Their running back, Mason Songer, has 12 carries, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns as well. Luke Shepard is 4 of 4 passing for 76 yards and a touchdown through the air. His touchdown was to Antonio, who has 2 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown. Emory Rains is led on defense by Bobby Bell and Devin Jacks. Both have 5 tackles each. And Frank Kleinmeyer has 2 sacks and 5 tackles as well. Howe stats as we get into it. Austin Haley, the freshman, coming in. 2nd district game tonight. 8 of 15 passing, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. The young freshman has taken 3 big sacks. That's where the growing pains start for the freshman tonight. Jalen Thornton, 12 carries, 85 yards. He also has 3 catches for 17 yards. Jalen has been the workhorse for the Howe Bulldogs tonight with 15 touches here in the first half already. Brandon Williams, his counterpart at the running back position, 5 carries for only 6 yards, but he does have a 5-yard touchdown. Jordan Jones adds 3 catches for 8 yards. And Kobe Winden, 2 catches for 86 yards and the big touchdown. On defense, the Bulldogs are led by J.C. Helpenstell, as they are every week. 7 tackles so far in this one. Leighton Elvington adds 5 tackles. Jackson Atkins, 4 tackles. Noah Campbell, 4 tackles. Hunter Brousseau, 3 tackles and a big forced fumble. The forced fumble was recovered by Matthew Bearden tonight.
All right, so put you on the spot. So second half here, what do you think Bulldogs need to do here in the second half?
The Bulldogs have to stop Luke Shepard. Mason Songer, the running back for Emory, had the big 62-yard carry for his 2nd carry of the game. Since then, he's been getting 4 to 5 yards a carry. Luke Shepard, 9 for 121. You got to stop the quarterback from running all over you tonight.
So it starts with him.
Yes, it starts with Luke Shepard, and he had a weird run that y'all talked about earlier where he got a cramp mid-run, and then the backup came in, and the backup looked just as fast.
He did. In fact, he looked like he could throw almost a little bit just as well, if not better.
He did have Andrew Balthrop had he was 1 for 1 passing for 19 yards, and he had a carry for 2 yards when he was in for Luke Shepard.
What about offensively you think the Bulldogs need to do here offensively in the second half?
Try some misdirection. Try to use Jalen as a decoy maybe a little bit, because 15 touches already in the first half is a lot. And like y'all are saying, he's kind of gimpy when he gets up because he runs so hard each play. Maybe use him as a decoy and look Jordan's way a little more and Kobe Wyndon's way.
As far as receiving the ball, I don't know necessarily about running the ball, but you kind of missed Caden Harmon tonight as well.
Yes, they miss Caden big time, especially receiving the ball. And when Jalen does go out with his injury, you need Caden there to fill the shoes.
Yep. Okay. We'll go ahead and take a break here right quick. 35-14. Reigns leads the Bulldogs here at the halftime show. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnore Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnore Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnore Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnore Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnoreBBQ.com.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
All right, let's recap as we're at half. We'll recap the first half for you. Howe did not win the coin toss. Reigns did. They elected to defer. And Howe took the ball first at their own 33-yard line and had to punt on their first possession. Reigns took it at their own 30, drove up 4 plays, and had a turnover on downs as Howe's defense made a great stop on their first possession. Howe took the ball at the Reigns 38, great field position, but they were also stopped and turned it over on downs. Reigns got the ball at their own 19 with 7:32 left to go in the first quarter and drove, looked like 3 plays, 81 yards. And Mason Songer took it 61 yards to the half to give us our first points of the night. 7-0. Reigns led at 7:04 left to go in the first. Howe took it at their own 24-yard line and ended in a punt. Reigns got it at 5:16 left to go in the first at the 48-yard line of Howe. Brusso made a great play to cause a fumble on Shepard. It gave it back to Howe with 3:01 left to go in the first. Howe drove 4 plays, 36 yards, tied the game on a 30-yard touchdown pass from Haley to Wyndon with 46 seconds on the first quarter clock. Reigns took it, and they answered right back, going 4 plays, 50 yards on a 31-yard touchdown run by Shepard to give Reigns a 14-7 lead with 11:09 left to go in the second. Howe took the ball and answered right back again. It was a seesaw battle there for a while. 5 plays, 78 yards for Howe as Williams scored on a great run from the 4-yard line to tie the game at 14 with 8:48 left to go in the second quarter. Raines again answered back again. 6 plays, 50 yards, a 3-yard touchdown by Songer capped it off. And this is where Howe stalled out a little bit. With 7:11 left to go in the second, they had to punt. Raines did not stall out. They kept going. 62-yard run by Shepard extended their lead after a 4-play, 80-yard drive to 28-14 with 4:33 left to go in the second. Howe got the ball back and had to punt again. That gave Raines another opportunity right before the half to try to punch it in, where they did. 3 plays, 73 yards, and it was a 49-yard touchdown from Shepard to Viega. 35-14 was our score. Howe had a chance to punch it in right before the half. Couldn't do it. We're firing for the end zone, Carson Grogan, as it looked like Howe might have been able to get on the board there, but weren't able to do so, and now Raines is going to start with the football.
Yeah, but the Howe offense, we have to get going here. Late in that second half, it just seemed they were like just treading water. Couldn't really get the ball moving. Couldn't get the ball moving at all. And Austin Haley, I know he's young, but to me, I watch a lot of NFL. He reminds me of Deshaun Watson. Hangs onto the ball way too long. The O-line buys time, but you just got to be able to get rid of it.
Yeah, that comes with experience, and the only way you gain experience is to keep playing. And he's going to get a lot of plays under his belt when it's all said and done. But you're right, he took a couple of pops where he probably could have gotten rid of the ball. But to get back into this game, what do you see Howe doing offensively?
I kind of agree with the Blizzard. Like, use Jalen as a decoy. They've been keen on him a lot because they know he's our big playmaker. So maybe use his Gronk, Waltrip more. Maybe give Braden Williams more chances. Or maybe here lately just throwing up to Wyndon seems to be working.
I like the hook and ladder. What do you think about that?
That surprised me. When Stephen ran and stopped, I'm like, man, he's super short the first down. What's he thinking? And that's so I'm tossing it back to Fullerton. I'm like, wow, that's creative.
It was creative. We're going to take a quick timeout. We've got about 4 minutes left before we're underway. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls.
Attention Bulldog Nation. Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8. When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players. Go Bulldogs, fight! Bulldogs win, win, win! This is how you Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. You win the most here.
Welcome back. We are at the half, and the cheerleaders have done their thing. The band has done their thing. Coaches are coming back out on the field. Raines has already come back out on the field, and it's almost second half football time in Texas. We have a Nacho report, I think, that we'll get in the second half. What was it, B plus last time? Something like that, B plus. So we'll see if they stay true here at the FFA concession stand at Bulldog Stadium, whether they'll get another B or not. The Bulldogs coming back out on the field. Haley leads them out. That's good to see. The freshman leads them onto the field. 35-14, Howe trailing. And Raines, keep in mind, has not been a really good second half team thus far in 2019.
No, they haven't. And, they get the ball here in the second half, too. So this is going to be, I keep saying it's going to be an important defensive possession here for the Bulldogs. If they're going to have a chance to get in, they're going to have to make a stop here and get a quick, maybe a 3 down, or get them off the field quickly and get your offense on there to start this comeback.
I want to say thank you to Michelle Carney, as always, on the sidelines taking pictures for us, to Howe Enterprise. And she gets a big hug from Senator Seagroves right there. Robbie Seagroves, who works I think he works the clock or the scoreboard. Maybe he works the scoreboard. All I know is he works the crowd, too. That's why we call him Senator Seagroves. He shakes hands and kisses babies all the way up the steps up here, like he's running for office. And Robbie, you haven't been in Ukraine, have you?
That mainstream media.
Goodness. That's good stuff, isn't it?
Like I said, we talked off air. I'd love to hear all the stuff that doesn't make the cut.
Oh, there's a lot. Here's the Tech Wave kickoff. Right to the left hash, going to be taken quickly and barely tripped up at the 40-yard line is the return man Audie McCree, and it was Hunter Brusso that got him by the shoestrings.
Yeah, Brusso got a shoestring, maybe put a hand in there to just trip him up just a little bit, because he had a full head of steam going through there.
So ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Howe needs to get off right here with a good opening defensive stand.
They really do. Get their offense back on the field.
1st and 10, left to right. Raines, white tops, blue helmets, blue pants, blue numbers. A high snap goes through the hands of Shepard. He goes back on it. The ball's on the turf. Howe has it. There's your defensive stop and stand.
You wanted it quickly, and you got it. First play, a fumbled snap, and went over the head of Shepard. That's the second time we've seen that tonight. And the Bulldogs capitalize on it.
11:49, and Howe is in great position to score. And we've said this before. Ball is going to be at around the 30-yard line. So the Bulldogs only have 30 to go.
I wonder if the Wildcats are thinking, oh boy, here we go again.
They have not been a good second half team thus far in 2019. We've said that before. 11:49 on the clock. Haley in the gun. Turns around. A reverse. Fakes the reverse. Throwing it deep down the field. Right side looking for Jones. Goes up for it. And does he come down with it? That's actually Williams. And it falls incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up.
That's similar to the fake reverse they had last week and got behind the covers there, Brandon Williams.
And it was a flip side of that play. Last week in Bonham, it came
to the left
side of the offense. This time it goes right. This time it falls incomplete. Ball at the 30-yard line. Second down and 10. Just underway in the second half. If you're just joining us, Raines fumbled the snap to open the second half. Austin Haley under center. Toss left side. Thornton very fast. 25, 20, 15, 10. You're not going to catch it. Kiss him goodbye. He raises the ball in his left hand as he crosses the goal line. It's touchdown time in Texas.
That's how you start the comeback right there. 2 plays to pay dirt. And then run that pitch out and get him into space. And I tell you, he's made a living off those pitch outs there. Get him in open space and let him utilize his speed.
Speed he has. And he burns it. 30 yards on the score. Flores kick. It's up. It's good. Howe crawling back. 35-21, 11:35 left to go in the third quarter. We're just underway in the second half. Shame on you if you left. Shame on you. We'll be right back.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
Your Tech Wave kickoff is about to be banged by Kevin Flores. Howe just scored, and the kick is in the middle of the field. Left hash actually going to be taken by Emory again, and he is quickly in the middle of the field, escapes a tackle and brought down by Carson Daniels at the 30-yard line. That was Emory on the return on your Tech Wave kickoff. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap, 2 plays, 30 yards for Howe on a 30-yard touchdown by Jalen Thornton on a toss left side. Brings our new score 35-21 with 11:35. We're just underway in the second half. If you got your chair and left, shame on you. Maybe this is going to be like John Tyler. Tyler and Plano. When were we talking about that?
That was last week, yeah.
So Raines with the ball at their own 30, and this is near side on the jet sweep, and a big hit after about a first down run of 10 yards goes the slot receiver Luke Ratliff.
Well, they go up the middle, they go around the edges on the sweeps, and right there they do the jet sweep and got a first down out of it, actually.
12-yard gain, 1st and 10, left to right. Man in motion is Hurley from the other side, and this one is going to be a false start against Raines, so back it up 5 yards.
That's what happens sometimes when you try to go a little too fast there, or trying to go fast, you go a little too fast, and somebody tries to move a little quicker than the snap count supposed to be.
So here is Shepard going to keep it over right guard, looking for somewhere to go, and is brought down hard by J.C. Helpenstell.
I wonder if that's going to be J.C. Helpenstell's assignment right there on the quarterback, and he got that. And Helpenstell, the leading tackler on this team, came in there and took him down with another textbook tackle.
2nd down and 11. Shepard handoff. Songer, and he's met. Spins out of a tackle now. He's going to have a first down, and he's hit late by Jackson Atkins, who gets up with his palms facing the referee, is saying, I didn't mean to. No flags are thrown. First down, 10:46 on the clock.
Songer squeezed through the hole yet. I thought Atkins may have gotten away with one there.
Ball on the Howe side of the field now. And Ratliff is going to be taken down by Hunter Brousseau in the backfield. A 2-yard loss.
Russo, we hadn't seen a lot of him since that forced fumble earlier in the game, and then of course we saw him on the kickoff there, but right there to knife his way through in the backfield and trip up Ratliff.
2nd down and 12. Shepard's going to keep it around the left side. RPO throws it and is going to be caught 6-7 yards shy of the first down at the 42-yard line, and Villegas is the receiver on that, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 at the 42.
And gets a short intermediate throws on the run, just kind of plays off the defense.
And whistles will blow before this one can get underway. Another false start against Raines, and they're having trouble with that.
Trying to go too fast. And we'll drop them back 5. And so if the Bulldogs can't get a stop or aren't able to stop them, at least they're stopping themselves with these penalties.
So 3rd down and 10, 9:53 and rolling here in the third rather. Shepard rolling out. He wants to run, and he's hit by Hunter Brousseau, and Leighton Elvington brings him down. It's going to bring up a 4th down and long after a 2-yard gain by Shepard, rolling out right.
He rolled out right, was trying to look for somebody to pass to, saw nobody there, went ahead and ran it. And good job by the Bulldogs to kind of stay home, stay with the receivers, and when they saw he passed the line of scrimmage, they came and pounced on him and dropped him right there at the line of scrimmage or a short gain.
4th down, and Raines has elected to punt here at the Howe 44-yard line. 9:17, they're trying to pin them deep as the Bulldog offense has been moving a little bit. Now watch out, there's 3 people on the near side, but they do punt it away. There was only 3 down linemen there. The ball bounces at the 14. Thornton lets it roll to the 12, and that's where Howe will start their next possession. That was an interesting formation, was it not?
Yeah, they had 3 out on the near the numbers on both sides. They had 3 out wide on the far side as well. I wonder if that's just something, a preview for next, maybe just a little window dressing there.
Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. Howe deep in their own territory, going to be moving right to left towards the north end zone. 9:03 on the clock. Howe trails 35-21. An offensive track meet in the first half, but Raines kind of took the last leg and ran off a little bit, but Howe took the first leg of the second half and they ran off a little bit. Great play to start the second half by the Howe defense to take it away on a fumbled snap. Haley under center on 1st and 10. Still barking. Toss left side. Thornton looking for a seam, bounces it out, cuts it in, spins out of one tackle and slung out of bounds hard after maybe 6 or 7 yards.
Again, trying to get that pitch out, trying to get him running downhill there. Got a block there on the outside from Brandon Williams. And able to get about 5 yards on that as he's tossed out of bounds.
They'll say, it appears they'll mark the ball at about the, 18, so give him 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up. This is going to be Thornton again, right side, another big seam, drugged down by the, looked like maybe either the shirt or the face mask, no flag. So apparently grabbed a piece of the top of the uniform on the shoulder pad, slung him down. 1st down, Howe after the big run.
And I think he may be slow getting up, kind of gimpy. Of course, he's been getting up gimpy all night long, but doesn't run like it.
12 yards. And it looks like the same formation, looks like the same play. Thornton, right side, looking for a crease, has maybe a yard before the Raines defense corrals him. So actually they'll give him 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up at the 32-yard line.
Well, it didn't matter if he was gimpy or he was tired. They gave it to him again. They went fast and gave it to him again. It didn't matter if he was tired or...
All of a sudden, the Howe offense has made it warm up here in the booth. 7:40 and rolling. Haley in the pistol with Thornton right behind him. Brandon Williams stands to his left. Williams gets the carry. He bounces it out to the near side and goes down after getting back to the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a step or 2. It'll be 3rd down and long.
He only had 5 carries for 6 yards there in the first half. And he's had the 1 touchdown run, but other than that, he's had a hard time getting going. Thornton had 15 touches in that first half, 12 for 85 and on the ground, and 3 receptions for 17 yards. So they've been trying to get him the ball here in the first half.
Clock at the
second half.
7-minute mark here in the second half. Haley almost with a blindside hit, and now gets slung down really hard by 3 Raines defenders. And they'll sack him at the 26, 27-yard line. It'll bring that up 4th down and long. He was looking for somewhere to go and came over to the sideline and put his palms to the sky for just a second, as if, man, I thought I had something, but he didn't. And it'll be 4th down and punt time.
Well, I'll tell you, good block there by Carson Daniels to keep him from getting hit pretty hard. He still got hit pretty hard later on, but he was going to get hit from behind on his blind side there if it wasn't for Carson Daniels with a good block.
So Thornton will go back to punt, who will stand at his own 16-yard line. Back deep to return the punt is Bry Kelly, and he will stay away from it as the ball bounces at the 42-yard line on the Raines side of the field. A high punt by Thornton ends up out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 41, and that's where Raines will start on their side of the field on their 3rd drive of this second half. 6:08 on the clock.
Well, let's see if the Bulldogs can come up with another defensive stop. They've done pretty good here in these first 2 possessions. forcing punts.
They turned it over on their first possession on the bad snap and then punted the second time. Here's 1st and 10, and Hurley goes in motion on the jet sweep, gets the carry from right to left, and he's got 6 yards near midfield to the 47-yard line.
The jet sweep trying to go out wide. Took him a while to get around that corner, and good job there by, I believe that was Jones on the far end there with the tackle to shed his block on the outside.
5:47 and rolling in the third quarter. Shepard handoff to Songer over left guard, and he moves the pile, and that'll move the sticks as he moves across midfield to the 48.
Songer had a pretty good first half. We talked about him. If it's not Shepard, it's Songer who can get big gains and big gashes on this defense.
Raines going very quickly. Shepard is going to keep it. Read pass option wide open is Rivera, but whistles before this one can get underway. And there was a little extracurricular going on with Jackson Atkins and one of the Raines offensive linemen, which appeared to be Hayden Buchanan. It's 2nd down and 2 after the penalty. And this is going to be Shepard keeping it in a great play by Helpenstiel, but I believe Shepard's going to be able to pick up the first down. Helpenstiel hit him immediately around the left edge of the offensive line, but depends on where they mark it here.
Good job by Helpenstiel. He was sitting there reading Shepard as he faked the handoff and then came and made a tackle right there at the line. It's going to be enough for the first down.
Ball at the 37. They move the sticks. Clock moves at 4:49 in the third. 2 receivers near side, 1 up top, man in motion, and that's going to be the jet sweep coming near side. Ratliff has it. He's got the 35, 30, 25, looking for a block on Louder. He gets that, and Helpenstiel shoves him out of bounds, which gives him another 2 or 3 steps to about the 8-yard line, and a flag is down. They may be on Jackson Atkins with a late hit, apparently, which is unlike Atkins. And now Luke Jackson will check into the game for Atkins. The ball is at the 9 momentarily before it's marked off.
And
perhaps he was following the play, and maybe it was unintentional.
So he tacked 15 yards onto already a long play there.
Well, it'll be half the distance of the goal from the 9, which will be right about the 4.5 is where they should spot this ball.
Well, they've done a decent job of containing Shepard here, but they've had problems with the jet sweeps now.
4:32 on the clock. Raines knocking on the door. Shepard in the gun. Songer stands to his left. Man in motion is Hurley. They give it to Shepard, who keeps it around the left edge. He dives forward, and he is down at the 1-yard line.
Got to himself and tried to get in there, try to extend the ball over the goal line, but just going to be a yard short.
They're going power formation as they bring in basically two fullbacks that stand in front of Shepard. Now Shepard runs underneath, and he's going to try to sneak it in, and he is in. It is a touchdown for Raines as they extend their lead to 41-21 with 4:02 remaining in the third quarter on a quarterback sneak.
Well, that penalty there by Atkins probably didn't help things, but the Bulldogs, again, have been able to contain Shepard for most of this drive, but it's been the receivers, Ratliff and Songer, who've been able to get the big plays here.
Balthrop's extra point looks good, and it is 42-21, our new score here at Bulldog Stadium. There's 4:02 remaining on the clock here in the third. Well, let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporters. Is it somber now down there?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more than earlier, but what I thought it came to me as to why the attitude, even though the score doesn't reflect it, I feel like this is a team Howe can beat. And, well, earlier, hopefully, still think that.
I think that as well. It just depends, if Caden Harmon's in the game, it's a different game, not only offensively but especially defensively. That's where you really miss Harmon, is on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, especially in that defensive backfield. We talked about the athleticism they have and the speed they have back there. You'd like to be a good time to have him back there to help.
4:02. It's getting warm up here.
It is.
4:02 on the clock. here in the third. Howe trails 42-21. Balthrop's kick is going to be a high one, taken by Louder from the 10-yard line. Up the left hash, finds a seam, got the 30, spins out of a tackle, and is going to be hit hard by Rivera at the 31-yard line and goes down right there. So Howe will start from their own 31, moving right to left with 3:54 left to go in the third. And I hear crickets.
Blizzard said they were really bad up there in the top. He had one on his shoulder I had to knock off earlier.
The field is infested with
You know, it reminds me of a game in Greenville, Texas in 1998 or 9. We were over there, and of course they have the lights right above the press box, and the windows open. So we had the windows open, and it was like an Alfred Hitchcock movie. And when we left the stadium, the white dressing room was black, covered with crickets. Here's a handoff to Williams for about 2 yards near the 35-yard line.
Aside from Thornton, the Bulldogs have not had much. They had the long pass to Wyndon. But aside from Thornton, they've really had a hard time getting any part of this offense going on the ground or through the air.
Haley in the gun, Williams to his right. Louder in the slot to the right. Williams gets the carry again. Nothing doing again. A loss of 1, perhaps 2. Or maybe he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, again, a handoff to Williams. Tried to break it outside there, and the Wildcats were right there waiting on him.
Huh.
So let's bring up 3rd and long.
3rd down and 8. Haley wants to throw a laser beam. It's caught. Arturo Louder at the 46-yard line. A first down on the range side of the field. And Haley's comet to Arturo Louder.
Well, I said somebody else was going to need to step up there, and Arturo Louder, a slant across the middle there, and good pocket presence there by Haley to stand in the pocket and wait for the route to go about.
First down and 10. Haley wants it, throws it, screen pass Thornton, near side, gets a block. And Thornton escapes 2 defenders, just splits right between them. And he is down again, and apparently this is something to do with his lower leg or something, but for the moment we have a first down. The chains have been moved, but Thornton has not gotten up.
And that'll be a big loss for the Bulldogs.
And again, every play he gingerly gets up. Ball's at the 34. It was a 13-yard pickup on a screen pass, and still Thornton is down. And Coach Jay is talking to him over there. I'm not sure if Caroline had a chance to see what may be the injury. Well, of course, we don't want to speculate, but we're not sure exactly what it is. The Bulldogs are taking a knee, and on the offense out there, and getting refilled with water. There's 2:33 on the clock as Thornton is laying just off the field on the near sideline, and Ricky Yake is tending to maybe an ankle, it appears, or something similar, something like in the lower part of the foot, leg area.
You'd hope it's a cramp.
Well, this time of year, usually we're past the cramp.
Past the cramps, but
usually, but I guess it could be. I mean, I'm not sure what happened to Shepard earlier.
In hopes of.
Yes. You know, Shepard took a sniper shot.
Yeah.
And now Thornton is up, but not putting a lot of weight on his right leg. And now
doing a little bit more as he walks along.
And it's one of those where, he's limping a little bit. He's going over to the bench. But I expect him to get up and go full speed here in just a moment. That's just the way Thornton has been. So here we go. 1st and 10, right to left. Man in motion is Arturo Louder. And Haley wants to hand it on the deep handoff to Brandon Williams. In trouble from the get-go on this play. And this will be a loss of 3 yards. Back near the 36-yard line.
Trying to get Brandon Williams running downhill and a little stretch play in there. Wildcats able to shed their blocks there. And this is going to be interesting to see how the Bulldogs adjust without their playmaker in there in Thornton.
Well, I think you mentioned it earlier. Maybe it's Gronk time.
Yeah.
Gronk is in the backfield with Carson Daniels, and they like to motion him out of the backfield in this situation. That's exactly what he does right here. This will be a fake, play action fake. Haley in trouble, is going to be slung down on a big loss. The ball comes out. The whistle blew just a moment before the ball was stripped out of Haley's hands. Howe is extremely fortunate that the whistle blew when it did.
I wonder, Haley was holding on that for a little while, and they were trying to bring him down, and I thought he was trying to just throw it on the ground. It would have been intentional grounding. But, yeah, the whistle blew just right before he tried to get rid of that.
Third down, and, boy, Howe's got to get to 14-17 right here to pick up this first down. 1:12 on the clock. Haley in the gun. Low snap, digs it out, looks right side, throws, incomplete. It was over the head of Arturo Louder, and Haley was hit hard again. And this time Haley gets up just a little gingerly as he's limping just a little bit. Haley's taking a beating all of a sudden back there. And he limps off the field on fourth down. And the good news, I guess, is Jalen Thornton's going to go out there to punt.
Try to get a wide receiver screen there, and Donovan Thornberry came in and just lowered the boom there on Austin Haley, as the 14-year-old is taking some hits tonight for sure.
1:04 on the clock here in the third. Howe trails 42-21. Thornton back to punt this one away, stands at his own 41-yard line. This is a high wobbly kick. It's going to be taken at the 15-yard line. And that's Bry Kelly. Bry Kelly, who escapes a defender, and now it's a foot race down the far sideline. Thornton chases him, and again, we said Thornton would be in full speed here in a few moments. He was right there, and it saved the touchdown. We have an injured Bulldog down at the 35-yard line, and it's Arturo Louder, and he gets up and limping off. It looks like nothing serious, as now he's running off the field. And now Howe is running out of backs.
They really are.
Thornton's going back into the game, which is good. Louder will come out. Brandon Williams is going to be okay. All right, here we go. I think we got everybody back in position. Now the Bulldogs are missing Caden Harmon, and right now missing Arturo Louder back there.
I think Louder will be back here in a little bit.
Ball at the 23-yard line on a good return. This is going to be a halfback pass in the end zone, incomplete. They tried the jet sweep pass, or was that? I'll take that back. I think that was that was
Ratliff trying to throw it.
I think Ratliff was actually in the gun there. Okay, they did pitch it to him on the jet sweep pass. All right, here we go. Shepard is going to run right, throw right, and trying to hit his receiver Rivera, and a hard smash by Thornton as he hit Rivera hard, and that ball fell incomplete. It'll be third down and 10 now.
Shepard does a good job when he has to throw on the run. He's throwing darts to these guys, hitting them right between the numbers. He's just not able to catch that.
Look for him to run right here. No, they set up the middle screen. Shepard throws it, and it's a great play on the far side. And that's Kirshner who makes the tackle. He read the screen perfectly, and the screen is actually going to go for about a 6-yard loss.
Do what Shepard just kept dropping back there and waiting for that screen to develop, and Kirshner right there was reading it. And Kirshner, we ain't going to call his name a lot this season, but right there in on the tackle for a loss, and it'll be a fourth down, and I believe this will be 4-down territory for the Wildcats.
Great job right there by Kirshner to read that as Shepard dropped back about 10-15 steps to set up that screen. That's the end of the third quarter. 42-21. Reigns in the lead. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
My name is Michelle Walker, Vice President of the Howe Athletic Booster Club. On behalf of the board, we'd like to thank you for your support. Our mission is to support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. We do this by purchasing new equipment and other items. Without these funds, our athletes would not be where they need to be. It's only $25 to become a member.
Hey, this is Coach Jailing. Our motto this year for the Howe Bulldog football team is all in. And all in means our football team, community, parents, everybody. We need everybody to be all in this year, and that includes you guys joining the Athletic Booster Club.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
Shepard wanting to throw deep down the field. A nice play by Brandon Williams, to break that pass up. They went for it on 4th and 16, and they come up dry in that well. And Howe will take over deep in their own territory at the 29-yard line. A nice play by Brandon Williams.
It really was. It was a far pass over to that right side there, kind of an out pattern, and good job there by Williams. It stayed in the air long enough for Williams to come over there and just knock it away. And the Bulldogs defense bends but does not break. And now it's time for the offense, and I believe Thornton will be out there on the field for this one. And still Austin Haley is still in there. I know he was limping a little bit when he came back, but he's in there.
3 touchdowns down is Howe. Need to score quickly here in the fourth quarter. Daniels into the game at fullback. Haley Bark sends Arturo Louder in motion. Everybody's been banged up at one point. Here's Thornton, left side toss, 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as Thornton is able to cross the 30 to the 32, and he is going to be sore tomorrow.
He was sore last week. I know he was tired. We talked about during the halftime show. Caroline said he was, during the post-game interview last week, he admitted he was tired. And he's going to be the same way tonight.
11:28 as the clock rolls in the fourth. We were hoping to have a shame on you segment after the game. Mm-hmm. Still could happen. 3 touchdowns. High formation behind Haley, and now they disperse as Haley goes under center. Thornton, they'll give it to him around the left edge. He's in trouble, and now he turns around and tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 2 or 3 yards.
Well, yeah, that jet sweep there, he lost 2 or 3. Could have been 4 or 5.
Well, they say he got back to the line of scrimmage apparently somehow. So they're going to mark it at the 29. Is that right?
I thought it was at the 31.
Maybe so. It's 3rd and 10. Yeah, I think you're right. It was at the 32, so they lost 3 back to the 29-yard line. 10:39 and rolling. 42-21, Reigns in the lead. This is going to be a handoff to Thornton near side. Great move to bounce out of a tackle, but can't do it now. He's swarm tackled and driven hard back to the 25-yard line. Forward progress will get him back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a step forward to the 30. And Thornton is down again.
Again, try to run at the outside there, and he got hit hard by 2 or 3 big range Wildcats players there.
He is taking a beating tonight. Caroline, man, I don't even know what to ask because Jalen is just carrying the load.
Yeah, guys, I mean, we talked about it a little. I think I mentioned it at halftime. And this was happening during the first half. It's almost every time Jalen goes down, he is just – it's tough getting him back up. I don't know if he is hurt and he's just toughing it out. But it's like you say, once he starts running, it's like nothing's wrong with him. So I don't really know what's going on.
Well, his helmet is off, and he was holding his head for a moment. It appears that's okay.
Yeah,
now he gets off and walks off. Go ahead.
Yeah, he the last few times he's gone down, he immediately takes his helmet off. I mean, he's really hurt, and that time he started kind of pumping his fist in anger and frustration that something is wrong. It does look like.
Comes over to the bench and takes a seat. Jackson Atkins comes over and talks to him as it's 4th down now for Howe and long, and of course Thornton is the punter, so this means Jordan Jones will punt for the Bulldogs. The snap is a low one. Jones has to dig it out. It goes off the side of his foot. Not going to be a good punt. Bounces out of bounds, shy of midfield at about the 43-yard line. And we'll see if we have one of those official walkers right here.
Here we go.
And he's starting to walk. There he goes, starting at the 40. He stops at the 40. you just never know about those, line judges that like to walk.
Take a long stroll down the sideline. Tell you what, Jordan Jones had to hurry him get rid of that thing. He had the pressure coming at him, and that may have been part contributed to why he kicked off the side of his foot. But it gives the Wildcats great field position on the Bulldogs into the field.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Exactly 10 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Shepard will send the man in motion. Ratliff fake it to him. Shepard rolling out right side of the offensive line. Has 5, has 6, has almost 10. And I think he might have 10 as he goes out of bounds on the far side. Brandon Williams trying to dive at his ankles, missed him. And Shepard went out of bounds after a 9-yard gain. Second down and 1 coming up. 9:51 on the clock.
And they're going quickly here.
Ball at the 31. Shepard, handoff. No, he's going to keep it. He throws. It's going to be dropped by Ratliff. As maybe he heard the footsteps of Arturo Louder. Not sure, but the ball falls incomplete. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Bulldogs will take it any way they can get it. He would have had the first down there if Ratliff would have been able to catch that. So,
ball at the Howe 31-yard line. Shepard and Songer have been able to do whatever they want to running the ball, but they haven't done a lot of it here in the second half, at least Songer. And he is going to get the carry here, and he's going to have enough for a first. He tries to escape for more as Kirshner makes the tackle about 5 yards past the first down marker inside the 30 to the 24-yard line.
He says Songer's only about 5'10", 175, but he runs a lot more powerful than that, able to break some tackles.
1st and 10, right to left. Whistles before this one can get underway. A timeout's been called by Howe. We'll keep it right here. Again, Howe's going to have to somehow, if they're going to win this football game, which is looking increasingly like it's not going to, but 3 touchdowns down, you've got to make a stop. They started the second half exactly like they needed to.
Really
they
did.
got a high snap. They took care of that and got the fumble recovery, scored. Everything looked to be on track.
Yeah, and offensively, they did pretty good in that first drive, but Wildcats have made the adjustments they need to here later on the second half, and Bulldogs, their offense has been sputtering ever since that first touchdown drive of the second half. So they've got to find some answers somewhere.
Raines back out on the field and lining up in offensive formation, and Howe walking back out. Now you remember, Howe has a lot of kids going both ways.
They do.
Raines, not so much. Shepard in the gun. Songer, no, he's going to keep it again. Fires it out this time. It's caught by his receiver. And quickly down is Dakota Saunders, who makes the catch for Raines. And that's good for about 6 yards on the pickup, maybe 5.
Again, kind of a run-pass option there. Decided to pass it and able to find a receiver right there, 5 yards, intermediate route.
Shepard on the jet sweep gives to the near side, and that's Ratliff, who is going to pick up close to a first down and does. They'll go ahead and move the sticks, I believe, and they will. So they'll mark that at the 13-yard line.
Bulldogs have had trouble with this run option here, read option all season long.
It's been and whistles before this one could get underway. It's been the jet sweep a lot. The read option in the first half really hurt them.
Really.
The jet sweep here has really hurt them as well in the second half.
And that's kind of one thing the read option does. If you start to figure out one thing, then they'll try another dimension of the offense.
Jaron Ing checks out of the game. Will Fleming checks in at the nose guard position. It's first down and 15 for Raines. Man in motion is Ratliff again. This time they fake it to him, and Shepard's going to keep it up the middle. He'll be good for 1 or 2 yards. As I believe Atkins, perhaps, was on the stop.
We saw right there it wasn't a big of a hole there. Atkins and Bearden and Ing able to kind of clog up that hole, that middle a little bit.
Here is a run to the near side as Songer trying to find the corner front of the end zone and has run out of bounds before he can get there. Kirshner again. A pretty good little pickup there by Songer. Third down and long coming up, about 7.
Well, they're not big plays. They're just kind of a little bit here and there, but the clock is not the friend of the Bulldogs right now as it continues to tick. And the Wildcat offense stays on the field a little bit longer.
Ball at the 9-yard line. Shepard in the gun, sends a man in motion. Ratliff, they fake it to him. Shepard keeps it up the middle, looking for a seam, looking for the one. He's got the 1 yard line, not the 2. They'll mark him at the 2.
Again, the quarterback keeper, fake the jet sweep. Try to power his way in, and just comes up a little bit short.
8th play of the drive coming up for Raines. 7:52 left to go in the game. Clock winds now. Raines already up 42-21. Shepard in the gun, man in motion once again, and this time Shepard's going to keep it over right tackle. Surges forward for another touchdown. Shepard has been magnificent tonight, hurting the Raines Wildcats, and they up the score 48-21 with 7:38 left to go, awaiting a PAT.
They've been able to slow Shepard in the second half, but they hadn't been able to completely stop him. And he showed right there on that read option, kept it, and went up the middle for the touchdown.
Althrop's PAT looks true, and it is not. It's wide right. So 48-21 remains our score after the missed PAT. Now, just like Bonham a week ago, are they going to go ahead and count it?
Right.
Because in the papers and everything, they gave them the extra point.
They still gave it to him, huh?
Yeah, the newspaper even put it in there. So that just goes to show it's fake news. They didn't watch it. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
My name is Michelle Walker, Vice President of the Howe Athletic Booster Club. On behalf of the board, we'd like to thank you for your support. Our mission is to support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. We do this by purchasing new equipment and other items. Without these funds, our athletes would not be where they need to be. It's only $25 to become a member.
Hey, this is Coach Jailing. Our motto this year for the Howe Bulldog football team is all in. And all in means our football team, community, parents, everybody. We need everybody to be all in this year, and that includes you guys joining the Athletic Booster Club.
Next week, we'll have Stephen Braswell in the booth with us.
Oh, yes.
We know he loves them Sooners. Oh, wait. No, he doesn't. Here is a Tech Wave kickoff going to be taken up the middle by Thornton in the middle of the field. And he is going to be slung down shy of the 25 at the 23, and the flag is down. And I believe this might be in the area of Colby Wyndon. Wyndon got hunted down perhaps, and then wanted to do some hunting of his own.
Took exception to that.
So Howe's going to have the ball deep in their own territory. 7:32 left to go in the game. Yeah, Carson Grogan will make his debut at sidelines next week in Pottsboro, roaming those unfriendly sidelines of the Cardinals. Caroline will not be with us. She has to be out of town. Not fair.
You keep playing that Sooner thing, Sooner song, Braswell ain't going to show up.
I brought one just for him. I don't play it very often. I can't even do that.
Can you play the whole thing?
There we go. That's better.
And Texas OU weekend is next weekend too, right?
Next week. It's a perfect time for Braswell to
Right.
be in the box with us. It's a perfect time.
You'll exchange verbal jabs.
So Howe's got the ball at their own 13-yard line after the penalty. Haley in the gun, rolls right, looks right, throws, and it's batted away, incomplete. At some point, you might want to think, okay, uncle with Haley, you know.
Yeah, this, you don't want to get them hurt right now. You still got a good part of the season district left here.
7:32 on the clock, or 29 rather, as it stops after the incomplete pass. But you're right, there's a lot of time left. Big games ahead, and they still have real good options of making the playoffs. Haley under center. He's going to toss left side to Jalen Thornton, who's corralled and brought down maybe behind the line of scrimmage, but a flag is down over there, which looks like it could be a face mask. We'll check and see.
Coach Jay likes conveys to his team that they're a gritty football team that doesn't quit. and they're going to keep fighting here, and they're showing that tonight. It looks like their face mask.
Yeah, that'll move the sticks and get Howe out of deep in their own territory. Caroline, anything down there? Talk about this. Where are you going to be next week?
Well, guys, I turned 30 on
congratulations.
someday this past Tuesday. I don't even know. And I, for my birthday, got Jason Aldean tickets. They're going to shut down Globe Life Park, so that's where I'll be.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Haley has a low snap. He has to dig it off the turf, and now he's going to try to run for it. And he goes down quickly, thankfully, and that's going to be a loss, not of a lot of yardage, but a few. And it'll be second down and about 13 as the low snap did him in.
It hit the ground. He tried to dig it out, try to make something out of it, but good idea just to live, see another day. Just fall down and take a loss of yardage.
Ball at the 25. Haley in the gun. Williams next to him. Quick pass out. Thornton on the screen pass. And he'll fall forward for 3 to the original line of scrimmage. Back up near the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they go to Pottsboro next week, and that's going to be arguably your toughest game of the season, if not the toughest.
Without question. From what we've seen, and we don't have a score, Van Alstyne was winning earlier, but from what we've seen out of Pottsboro, it's one of their best teams they've had in a number of years. 6:07 on the clock as Haley is going to drop back one to throw. The home run ball deep down the field. Waldrop stutter step for a bit, which probably, or Wyndon rather, stutter step for just a bit, which probably caused him not to be able to make that catch. He didn't. If he had kept running through it, perhaps he'd have had a chance to catch it, but it falls incomplete, and it's fourth down.
42-21 is the Pottsboro Van Alstyne score. Pottsboro on top of VA. 11 minutes, 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
How about that?
So Pottsboro's blowing it wide open.
Scoreboard Caroline. Your night furniture scoreboard report. I like it. Thornton back to punt this one away. He stands at his own 16. Pressure, and he blocks it. It's blocked. It was kicked right into the stomach of a Raines defender. And Raines is going to have tremendous field position inside the 20. As doing the blocking, it appeared. Well, I don't have a number 64. I thought there were, I could have sworn it was 64, but I guess not.
They've been coming through all night long and just getting pretty close there to Thornton, and that time they were able to, I don't know if they brought more than the Bulldogs had blockers for, or just able to get past the blockers. But either way, they were able to get in there and block the punt and have great field position and could possibly build on this lead.
5:50 is remaining on the scoreboard here at Bulldog Stadium. It's 48-21, and it appears Raines may want more here. Balthrop into the game at quarterback. He's going to give it to Ratliff on the jet sweep, and he'll escape one tackle of Arturo Lauder, but can't escape the second one on the far side. And that will be Noah Campbell, who brings him down after a 3-yard gain. Second down and 7 coming up as we hit the 5.5-minute mark.
They're not slowing down here. They're still playing fast.
Ball at the 12. Coming near side, and incomplete pass by Balthrop.
Monty, you owe Caroline $10.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I wanted a full interview.
No,
that's not a full interview.
We don't have time. He's busy. He's a busy man.
That's not fair. That's cheating. I offered, I said, Caroline, I'll give you $10 if you interview Kevin Wilson. I don't think that qualifies for an interview. Here's a handoff on the near side jet sweep, and this one is going to be Hurley, and Hurley is going to be in the end zone for another Raines touchdown. Insult to injury, they'll bump it up again. 54-21 with 5:16 remaining.
Well, like I said, the second half has been those jet sweeps that have been a thorn in the Bulldog side, and it reared its ugly head there on another jet sweep around the edge, and lead just increases.
55-21 after the PAT. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnort Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnort Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnortBBQ.com.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Your hit exterior scoring drive recap. I lost count. I think it was about 4 plays, 19 yards. Raines got the ball after a block punt, and Hurley took it in the distance to give us our new score, 55-21. There's 5 minutes and 16 ticks remaining in this football game, and Howe's got to be to the point here where let's just get out of the house without any more injuries.
Speaking of no injuries, we've talked about it before. Bulldogs don't have a bye week until the very end of the season. You kind of really could use one right about now.
That's horrible. That's bad luck. Here's the Tech Wave kickoff. Goes out of bounds. And I tell you what, Aiden Norton took a shot. He took a shot.
He went tumbling.
Coach Jay gives him a pat on the head. 5:14 left to go, and we'll see if Elvington comes into the game at quarterback.
But yeah, we've talked about with one of the smallest schools in Division I, but definitely in this district. And they don't have a bye week until the end of the season. So they'll play 10 straight games. If you're fortunate enough to get in the playoffs, at least you get a week off. But
that's not always a good thing either, having a week off before the playoffs. Sometimes if you have any momentum, you lose it, and
really
that's
do.
That's just the week. That's a bad bye week. They just pulled a bad bye week.
They did.
Just unlucky. Haley is going to stay in the game. He's going to go under center, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, and this is going to be a handoff up the middle to Brandon Williams, who for one of the few times tonight gains more than 2 yards. Give him 3 there.
Yeah, he played in the fullback position, got the fullback dive there, and gave him about 2 or 3 yards.
Williams just has not been able to get going all night long. Ball at the 32, so we actually give him 2 yards. Haley under the center, and he turns around, hands off to Thornton, who's hit immediately behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss. Those 2 that Williams got, Thornton's going to lose it. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
It was interesting, right before the kickoff, Coach Jay kind of got down with the players and brought everybody in together and was giving a spirited speech to his team. Probably just kind of saying, don't quit here, even though you're getting beat like this. Continue to fight and be gritty.
The Bulldogs are letting the clock run down. Now, the play clock is not working tonight, so we can't tell. They're keeping it on the field. So the officials are keeping the play clock and telling them, okay, you need to snap it here. Okay, there's 10 seconds. And here they snap it. They run a lot of time off, and here's Thornton up the middle. Thornton's got a little bit of a seam up the right hash, and he's brought down after a good gain and a first down run by about 12 yards for Thornton, who adds to his totals tonight.
Got an I formation there, and Thornton able to find a crease. A 3rd and long there, able to move the sticks. So again, this Bulldog team not giving up and still showing some fight.
Offensive line starters still in the game. Matter of fact, all the starters on offense still in the game. Haley under center, toss near side to Thornton. He's got another lane to the right side, and he's flipped end over end after another first down run, and again he's going to get up gimpy.
Another first down.
Gain of about 11 yards, maybe 12.
Nope. Waving it off.
To the Raines side of the field at the 46, and again Thornton gets up slow.
Interesting, they threw a flag there, but then picked it up, waved it off. So the long run will stand.
1st and 10, left to right. 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. They wind the clock. Howe trails 55-21. Just trying to clean it up and look good towards the end right here. Haley under center. They're not going shotgun at all. And Thornton cuts it up over right tackle for 4 near the 40-yard line.
Or if the official picked up that flag and was like, no reason for me to stop this clock. Let's just get out of here.
There's no need. Yeah.
That's just all. I think we all can agree that the Bulldogs are waving the white flag here, and let's not prolong this anymore.
You still, Haley is still in the game. 2.5 minutes, a little more than 2.5 minutes left to go. And Haley saw the nose guard jump off sides a little bit, and he dropped back and was ready to chunk it deep to Wyndon. But the whistles blew.
We've been doing that.
That'll be, looks like a first down on the offside. Or not, is it? No, they're going to be a yard shy. Ball at the 41. Or 36, rather. 36.
He'll be short a yard.
2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Howe with a 2nd down and 1. By the way, we killed the cricket. Cricket's dead. Another injury. It was injured at first, and then it died a slow, painful death.
Your equipment here, we're able to kill it.
First down at 10. They give him the first down. And here's Brandon Williams over right guard, and nobody's going to catch him. A late touchdown for Howe. And Williams will punch it in. His first big carry of the night goes 36 yards for a touchdown, and it is touchdown time in Texas.
I formation, Williams is usually the lead blocker there, but they gave it to him. He was the first man through and just able to go right through the hole there, basically untouched. They've been giving it to Thornton here the last several plays. And just gave the quick handoff to Williams.
Flores, PAT, nearly blocked, but he gets it through. 55-28 is our new score with 2:08 left to go in the game. Raines is going to have, we'll see what they try to do here. They've been bringing their backups in and still running read option and jet sweep, and they've been successful. So are they just going to kill it right here, or are they going to continue to keep trying to punch it in? What do you think?
I think they're going to try to – I don't think they would try to pass it here, but I think they're going to try to run the ball still. They want to get reps in too.
Your Tech Wave kickoff is coming up. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap. On that drive was 6 plays and 70 yards, capped by the 36-yard touchdown by Brandon Williams.
Well, we didn't get the John Tyler Plano East. Good golly almighty. What did he say? Good.
I think I just wet my britches.
Yeah.
I think that's the.
Come on, baby.
Some good stuff. That needs to be brought back up every so often.
It really does.
They weren't they on Letterman and Jay
Leno? Jay Leno, yeah.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. If you haven't heard of John Tyler, Plano, was it East or West?
I think it was East, I think.
Anyway, you can Google that or you go to YouTube, find it. It's great. It's worth your time. Do it. Here is a Tech Wave kickoff. It's a pooch kick, going to give Raines the ball just on the other side of the 50 at their 48-yard line.
Now this week, Monty, they had the enrollment snapshot, correct?
Well, it's this month sometime. I'm not sure if it's during the week.
It's this month sometime, so that will determine enrollment and the realignment for next year.
And Howe needs some luck. They're about due for some luck. This is about as bad as you can get as far as luck goes. Howe was the 5th smallest school in the state of Texas in 3A Division I. Missed it by 7 students. Got in the district with all these cats with so many students. Here's a jet sweep again on the near side. Ratliff is going to be brought down after a pretty good gain. They'll move the sticks after about a 10-yard gain. There's a flag down. And
48-yard
it
line.
looks like it's going to be a holding call against Raines.
Holding is the call against.
But how, with that severe disadvantage of being one of the smallest schools in Texas, fifth smallest school in Texas in 3A Division I, they get put in a district with teams that are at the very top of 3A Division I. Commerce, Bonham, Raines, who average about 35 more junior and senior boys than do Howe. And that's a huge advantage. It's a numbers game. So 1st and 20 after the holding call, a minute 59 on the clock, and Balthrop wants to throw the football down the field at the 45-yard line. They're up 55-28, and they're throwing the football to the 45-yard line.
It's an interesting tactic there and they're going fast too.
2nd down and 13. Balthrop wants to throw, read option, and it's knocked away by Thornton. He almost jumped the route, which would have taken that ball to the house. But it's 3rd down and 13.
Well, like I said, they've been doing what they've been doing this all night long, and you got Balthrop into the game now, who can do just about as good as Shepherd, throwing the ball and running the ball.
McRee is in the backfield with him. Songer is done for the evening as well. A minute 34 left to go in the game. Hurley on the jet sweep, and Balthrop's going to keep it around the left edge. Being chased down and hit down pretty hard by Helpenstill. Leighton Elvington there as well, and it'll be 4th down with a $1:21 left to go in this game. Jackson Adkins there as well.
Well, and talking about the enrollment numbers, it'll be interesting to see if any of those teams, the Raines, the Van Alstynes, the Bottoms, if they go up to 4A Division II.
One would expect that Commerce, Raines, Bonham, Van Alstyne all have a shot at going up to 4A, which would put Howe somewhere with Pilot Point, Whitesboro, possibly Lone Oak unless they move down, Callisburg. It just depends. The Callisburg, Whitesboro, Pilot Point thing makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And whistles before this punt can get underway. And a timeout has been called with 43 seconds left to go in the game. Why? It was called by Raines. So I guess maybe on 4th down, hey, they've been throwing the ball with less than a minute. Might as well try to go for. What are they going to do?
Try to go for it.
They're going to go for a halfback pass here.
Do a jet sweep.
55-28.
Get a jet sweep to Ratliff and let him try to throw it.
So we're just about done with this one. 55-28, 43 seconds left to go in the game. Looks like a few more plays left. 4th down and about 8 for Raines as they're still going to punt it. Howe will get the ball back. I would assume they would down it. Or maybe a Williams run up the middle or something. But hey, why not? He broke a 36-yarder a moment ago. Balthrop's punt with 43 seconds as he stands at his own 36-yard line is a high booming kick. And Thornton's going to let this one go, and it's going to go inside the 4-yard line. A great punt by Balthrop. Bullpen Howe deep in their own territory at the 4. And if you were going to run a play before, you probably not now. You probably just take a knee.
Take a knee and get out of here.
Lick your wounds and get ready for Pottsboro, which is another huge task ahead of Howe. Huge task.
And they'll go to 1-1 in district and 2-4 overall as the district starts to kind of take shape here as far as the standings go.
Van Alstyne will have a loss. Raines will have a loss. Howe has a loss. Bonham has a loss. Commerce.
They'll have a win tonight.
This is going to be a Wildcat against the Wildcats. Jalen Thornton's going to run it, and he gets out of bounds with 27 seconds left from his own 4-yard line, and he's going to have fairly good room.
Commerce does have a loss.
So 8 yards. So Commerce has a loss.
And they got to win. They won tonight, but they lost last week, yeah.
So everyone has a loss except Pottsboro.
Correct.
Ball at the 12. 27 seconds left. Leighton Elvington. Is that Elvington in the game? No, it's still Haley, isn't it?
Still Haley.
Haley in the game. And he is going to pass. Looks and throws out right. Deep, hammers it down. And as Jordan Jones makes the catch at the 45-yard line. 20 seconds left to go in the game, and Jordan Jones is down. And now he gets up. Thank you. 49-yard line. And Howe is not going to go away here.
You're going to call a timeout, too. These guys aren't.
Maybe some. Turn the light on, please.
What the heck happened?
It's one of these. What the? What the heck? What is it?
Something up.
It hit one of these buttons.
There we go.
Oh. Okay, the flying pin caused that. And that was just a timeout. We missed nothing. Haley throws down the field. It's going to be Williams who makes the catch at the 35-30, and he's brought down shy of the 25 or the 27-yard line. 11 seconds left to go in the game. Wow.
Well, a perfectly placed timeout.
man alive. Thank you, Coach Jay. Sorry for anybody who left just then, but we were trying to figure out. The pin landed on a button, which we couldn't figure out what happened. Haley looking deep down the field in the end zone for Wyndon. It's going to be in and out of his hands. Incomplete. That one would have been 6, about 9 yards deep in the end zone, and that's the end of the game. Wyndon takes a knee in the back of the end zone. He's upset that one got through his hands, but Howe went down fighting tonight. 55-28. A lot of points, and that apparently is going to be the way District 5-3A go.
Yeah. Each game you get ready to score some points, and good thing the Bulldogs have the type of offense that can put up some points. But their defense is going to have to. Defense has done pretty well this season, but tonight they ran into a read option team that had the Bulldogs guessing.
The greatest thing about, well, not the greatest thing, but one of the great things about this team right here, and even when you lose 55-28, your freshman quarterback, your freshman fullback, your freshman offensive tackle, your freshman defensive tackle, they keep getting more experience, and that's gonna pay off so much down the road. Not just this year in district. Just think about 3 years from now. They'll be blending with those classes from 8th grade and 7th grade, and how good those classes are that will blend with this team. And those experienced Haley and the experienced Daniels, and that's going to be fun to see. We'll listen to the school song right here.
Classy there, the rains.
Yeah, it seems to be a theme in 2019. And now the Howe Bulldogs will turn around and do the same thing and face rains as they go through their school song, fight song. And I'm not sure if, I'll leave it up to Caroline if she wants to try to interview anybody. I'll leave it up to you. But, it's going to be it's a hard loss tonight. Howe came into this game knowing that if they won, they had claim to their path to the playoffs. Now they still have a lot more work to do.
Yeah, you got a lot of things to work out here, and as we said earlier, it doesn't get easier next week when you go play Pottsboro, who I believe entered the state rankings this week. So they get an uphill battle next week. They went toe-to-toe with this Reigns team for about a quarter and a half. It was tied at 14-14, and unfortunately they just could not keep up with Luke Shepard and Mason Songer, quarterback running back duo.
And I hate to keep harping on it, but it is kind of the same thing is they bring a fresh set of 11 when Howe's got 8 going both ways.
Really does.
And you can hang with that for a first half, or a first quarter especially, but the longer that goes into the game, the more that glaring weakness is exposed. And it got exposed as Reigns, again, they have 137 more students in their high school than does Howe, which is 35 or so on average, more junior and senior boys to choose from for 22 starting positions. So it's a numbers game. You know that. But you're still in the same district, and you don't make excuses. You just got to go out there and win a football game. And Howe did a great job tonight of staying in this football game and giving it their best effort against a really good football team.
I mean, you saw at the very end, they were still calling timeouts. They were trying to throw long passes there. You try to hit one to Wyndon. And, harp on it early. Coach Jay has talked about, being a gritty football team and never giving up. We hear that during one of the commercials there for the Booster Club, that they're not going to give up and they're going to fight to the end, and they did that tonight.
Well, we will. I guess we've got the Blizzard, right? We've got the Blizzard coming up. Is he down here yet?
I think he's up there. He's still.
Let me recap that while he is
calculating.
While he's getting his pen going, I'll recap this real quick. Howe started with the football as they lost the coin toss and had to punt. Reigns turned it over on downs on their first possession. Howe turned it over on downs after in their second possession. And then things started picking up. Reigns took it at their own 19-yard line and went 61 yards to pay dirt as actually an 81-yard drive, but 61 of it was taken by Mason Songer on a touchdown that gave our first points of the game 7-0 at the 7:04 mark in the first quarter. Howe took it at their own 24 and had to punt. Reigns got the ball at their own 48. Brusso caused a fumble of Shepard, which gave Howe the ball at the 36-yard line in great shape. And they actually capitalized on that great field position with a 30-yard touchdown from Haley to Wyndon with 46 seconds left to go in the second quarter to tie the game on a 4-play, 36-yard drive. Reigns answered right back, however, and went 4 plays, 50 yards, capped it off with a 31-yard touchdown by Luke Shepard, quarterback, right up the middle. And that gave us our new score, 14-7, Reigns. Howe again answered right back to tie the game with 11:09 left to go in the game. They took it at their own 22. Drove 5 plays, 78 yards. And again, it was Williams who scored from 4 yards out with Wyndon. The big play of the drive where Haley pumped it and threw down to Wyndon down to the 4-yard line. That set up the touchdown and the tying score at 14. Reigns took it with 8:48 left to go in the second quarter, drove 6 plays, 50 yards, and scored on a 3-yard touchdown by Songer to give Reigns a 21-14 lead with 7:11 left to go in the second. Howe got the ball and had to punt. That's where things kind of fell off for Howe. Reigns took it with 5:34 left to go before the half, went 4 plays, 80 yards, and Shepard ran 62 yards for another quarterback keeper. 28-14, Reigns led at that point, and that's probably the last point that it was a big-time ball game. 4:33 on the clock. Howe took it and had to punt. Reigns took it and scored again. 49-yard touchdown from Shepard to Viega. 3 plays, 73 yards on the drive, and Reigns took a 35-14 halftime lead. On into the second half, Reigns started with the football, and things looked good for Howe as it was a high snap over the head of Shepard, which Brusso was able to get on it. I believe Brusso got the recovery. But Howe got on the scoreboard quickly with a 2-play 30-yard drive. Who scored that first touchdown in the second half? I didn't write that down. For Howe, second half, first touchdown. Jalen Thornton, of course.
Yes, Thornton.
Raines got the ball with 11:35 left to go in the third. They had the punt. Howe took it. They had the punt. Raines took it. And at their own 41 with 6:08 left to go in the third. And Shepard would cap it off, a 1-yard touchdown. 6 plays, 59 yards on the drive, 42-21 at that point, 4:02 left to go in the third. Howe took it and had the punt. Raines turnover on downs. Howe punt. Raines with the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter took it at the Howe 40-yard line, drove down to the 2 where Shepard again with another touchdown, 2 yards. 48-21 our score at that point, 7:38 left to go in the game. Howe had a punt blocked, and then Raines capitalized on that with a 2-yard touchdown by Hurley to up the advantage, 55-21 with 5:16 left to go in the game. Late in the game with 5:14 remaining, Howe got the ball at their own 30, drove down to the 36-yard line, and Brandon Williams scored on a 36-yard run, which capped off a 6-play, 70-yard drive to narrow the score 55-28 with 2:08 left to go in the game, and that became our final score. And I believe we have some stats from the Blizzard, and I will go ahead and hand it over to him if he's ready. You ready? All right, here we go.
Thank you, Monty.
How'd it look out there?
Raines put a butt whooping on the Howe Bulldogs is what it looked like to me.
Slobber knocker, huh? No. It wasn't a slobber knocker.
Did not turn out to be a slobber knocker. Luke Shepard led the way for Raines tonight with 19 carries, 155 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He was 9 of 12 passing for 94 yards and a touchdown as well. Mason Songer, the running back for Raines tonight, 16 carries, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns as well. Drake Hurley, 4 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. And Luke Ratliff, 6 carries for 60 yards, no touchdown for Ratliff. J.C. Helpensell led the way on defense for the Bulldogs at 13 tackles. Jackson Atkins had 8 tackles on the D-line. Now let's get into the House stats, as Jalen Thornton led the way as he does every week in, week out. 24 carries, 174 yards tonight. 5 catches for 33 yards. Austin Haley was 13 of 24 for 203 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Williams added 11 carries for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. Colby Winden, 2 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. As Raines came into Bulldog Stadium tonight and ran the read option perfectly. Yes.
Yeah, it was an onslaught there, the read option from Raines. Thank you, Blizzard.
No problem. As we go back to Monty here.
All right, let's wrap this one up.
Yeah, we're done with this one.
Yep. All right.
Put a bow on it.
55-28. This one's over. We'll head to Pottsboro next week. We'll have Stephen Braswell with us. Oh, wait. That's Braswell. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. OU has Kansas tomorrow. You got a team?
I support the Big 12. I'm
okay.
the Big 12 guy.
All right. Okay. Hey, let's wrap this one up. 55-28. Howe loses tonight at Bulldog Stadium. Raines with a great game plan again, the read option, and Howe struggles against the read option.
They really do.
Has for quite some while, and maybe they'll get that corrected here soon. And Howe still has a great chance to make the playoffs. Got to win a couple of games. Hey, what about an upset of Pottsboro next week?
Man, that would make headlines.
That's where we'll be a week from tonight. We'll be without Sweet Caroline 2 weeks before you get another Caroline report. We'll be back to Pottsboro again next week. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including our engineer and spotter Carson Grogan, our statistician, the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, our night furniture sideline reporter Caroline Slauson, and our color analyst Justin White. I'm Monty Walker, and we will see you next week in Pottsboro. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, TechWave, and Meacham State Farm. Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, the Old Man at the Coffee Shop, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors. This has been a product of Grayson Publishing.